hits. I don't know why he even made a big deal of it. The Israel was taken. I'm sorry. The Palestine was taken by the Ottomans. The Ottomans were defeated by the British. The British gave the land to the UN. The UN designated
no.
That
the
land.
The UN gave the land to the British. Is what you mean?
No,
the British didn't give the land to the UN. The UN, it said, "Hey, Britain, this territory is yours.
Okay,
France, this territory is yours."
That's a
Get
fact.
it?
And then as a result, Arthur Balfour during via the Balfour Declaration, which promised. I read it. I mean, I read it. I don't know. That's why I'm like, why y'all don't get? Well, I just read it.
No, the UN didn't exist in 1918. Listen, y'all got this shit all twisted. But I'm gonna let y'all do y'all.
Exactly.
Why are you tying? You talking about 1918?
The League of Nations. The League of Nations. League of Nations. I apologize.
Yeah, my bad.
I apologize. The League of, not the United Nations. The League of Nations.
You know, they talk about that in Revelations, right? Y'all understand that part, right? I hope we do.
Yeah,
they talk about the battle of, you know, or Armageddon in Revelations.
Yeah, but before we get,
which is a battle that symbolizes. It's the battle that symbolizes the coming of the Christ or the Messiah.
Right. That's a key point. If you ever mentioning that, like, that's got to have something to do with it, right, Corey? Like, that's the whole reason why you would bring up the Battle of Megiddo. That's not
absolutely.
You're not going to overshadow that with anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh no.
Y'all slick, but listen. What we're talking about is the Turks taking Palestine. I don't know, man. This is like y'all niggas slow, or y'all just woke up or something.
Why? Nah, why'd you stop? Continue saying what you were saying. Continue going down where you was going. You stopped that. The British acquired the territory. Keep going.
Okay, the British defeated the Ottoman Empire in whatever. What was that? 1917, whatever year that was. You had Balfour, which was the British foreign minister. He made the declaration, which was to establish a national home for the Jewish state.
Well, before Balfour, you got to mention the mandate for Palestine. Before Balfour.
And okay,
so you're teaching them while you're arguing?
No, I'm just filling in the gaps. Like,
okay, no
he's on the right point. He's on the right track.
Yeah, that's no problem. Well, you got the Sykes-Picot Agreement of 1916. You got the that mandate, the British mandate. You got the Balfour Declaration. There's a whole lot of things that led to Israel becoming Israel, and Palestine was powerless to stop it. It wasn't even Palestine. It was the Ottoman Empire. That's the whole point. I'm saying. Y'all think it was Palestine? It was not Palestine. Palestinians were there. That was the Ottoman Empire.
That's what they ain't getting, Thunder. They ain't understanding that this is a continuance of your argument from yesterday. So they're missing a little bit of context. What you're saying. So what you're saying is because they didn't have enough guns or a big enough dick, right, then they get took over. Like if you ain't got no balls, then motherfuckers coming to get you. Right? That's what you were saying yesterday. It's like the survival of the fittest, right?
Survival of the fittest. That's one. But you can look at Egypt. You can look at Egypt. Egypt got their ass whooped many times. It's a lot. It happens, bro. It happens.
So if you have the right, what you're saying basically is whoever takes that land comes in there and takes the land. They got right to take the land because they got the bigger guns or the bigger balls or the bigger empire or whatever you want to call it.
Well, they have the right to take it, but I don't think that makes them right to take it. But they do have the right to take it if you can't stop them.
But once they have taken it, then they were within their rights, right? Ain't that what you're saying?
No, I think when you look at the Louisiana Purchase, right, that was bought. When you look at Alaska, stuff like that, those things were bought with money. Now, when you look at the Battle of Alamo, that was guns. You see what I'm saying? So it's several ways to go about acquiring land. You could do it the easy way, or you could do it the hard way. You know, so
is it a right way and a wrong way though?
In some cases, yeah.
Okay. So what about this case? And we talking here when, you know, I understand like y'all want to go back to the Ottomans, right? But we talking about the case at hand where I think this starts in the 1940s, right? Where
that's my point. You can't just jump to 1948 and not talk about 1916.
Let's talk about 1948. In 1948, when they fulfill this promise they made to establish a Jewish state at the end of World War I, they fulfill it in 1948. When they create the state, was that done through warfare?
It was done
essentially
as a result of warfare.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
No. Listen. I understand that they got the land in the first place at the end of World War I due to beating the Ottomans. I get that.
Due to warfare.
But that is decades earlier. At the end of
30
World War
years
I, they already had the fucking land.
Right.
By the time World War II even starts, they already have it.
Right.
So now when they say, okay, this land we have, we're going to turn this land into Israel.
Yes.
Was that part done through warfare or them delegating their territory?
No.
Okay, that was my question. So now what we see today, yes, everyone can agree what we see today is genocide, is straight up warfare, what we're seeing in Gaza. Absolutely. But when we're talking about the formation of Israel of 48, was that formulated via delegating territory or through military action?
So it's two things. It's a double prong. It's not just a one prong thing. It's a double prong thing, right? So there were delegations, right? But to implement that delegation, right, you had to fucking knock some fucking heads off. You see what I'm saying? So they delegated it in some room and said, "Hey, you know," and they use all these legalese terms. But when it's time to go outside and claim the land, right? Because they did it in a room and they had a gavel and they put the wigs on and all of the civilized shit, right? But when you take that, what y'all have delegated within that room, when you take that outside, the way that's implemented, that's the case. You see what I'm saying?
You correct, Corey, because they were.
I get what you're saying, but I'm asking. They
were trying to take.
I answered the question. No, it wasn't. They did delegation. Like I said, it was a two-prong thing.
But I'm going to speak to the other prong you're talking about, like
the delegation part.
When they went in and they started setting up Israel, did they go and start shooting and like killing Palestinians? Like this is Israel.
Not until it was time to take their delegation outside.
Well, I'm saying I know obviously they forced them to move, like they annexed people, like they removed them off their land.
Was the decision made by a gun? I don't know. It just depends. So before and after there was guns and heads busted. So I don't know that this middle part where we're, you know what I'm saying, really makes a fuss.
The heads being busted was the Ottomans. That's what I'm trying to say. Like the heads that was getting busted. Wait, hold on.
That's the foreheads.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way they got the land to even make fucking decisions with it was right, because they had to bust some heads, but those heads were the last occupiers. They busted the heads of the last occupiers.
Let me read this. In 1947, the UN proposed partitioning Palestine into Arab and Jewish states, Resolution 181, which led to the 1948 termination of the British Mandate, which True is speaking about.
Wow.
The
Just to say
declaration,
that, like,
the declaration of Israeli independence on May 14, 1948, and the subsequent Arab-Israeli War. The UN mediated setting up monitoring groups and eventually admitted Israel into membership in 1949. So that's what happened in 1948. They terminated the British Mandate and say, this y'all shit. The declaration of the Israeli independence.
Right. Which was wild because there's already people there.
Yeah,
man. But that's how
I was just pointing to what the English they tried to diplomatically delegate their land. They didn't. They could have took military action. They could have just went in there and started slaughtering people like we see in Gaza today. You know what I'm saying? They could have did that, but they didn't take that route.
Yeah, they could have cleared that bitch out and say, you know, that's a fact. But so Corey, I know you like the right and wrong aspect, and that's cool. A lot of things in life ain't a right and wrong issue. But let's just say for the sake of argument, we're gonna do a right and wrong on the establishment of Israel.
So they didn't clear it out.
No, it didn't have to be a right or wrong. I was just asking.
Hold on.
Well, go ahead, Chef. My bad.
I know where you're gonna go, Chef. Go ahead.
So because they didn't initially just run up in there and take the land, but over the last 80 years, that's what they essentially been doing. So because they didn't do it in 1948, but in 1948 they forcibly removed 250,000 Palestinians, right? And then over the next 4 years, another 700,000. And all this shit is, man, y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy.
What are you saying? Why you said all that?
I'm saying that they actually
took
did
them
it.
off the land. He said
They actually did it, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know if y'all
did
heard what I said. I said they removed and annexed people off the land. But I was speaking to in terms of military action as if they were slaughtered, because a lot of this conversation has been the formation of Israel, right?
What I'm talking about is them killing everybody. They ain't kill everybody off. They just kicked them out. That's what I was talking about.
That's not right.
No, and then not only that, the people who they didn't kick out was in an open air prison. So I don't know. Like I guess I'm not here to argue one side or another. I just like to keep the facts straight there, right? So like, fine, they didn't initially go in there. I mean, I don't know. Like,
when y'all keep saying initially, when did England go in there and start killing Palestinians?
No.
We're talking about Israeli.
But when I'm talking about wait. But when we're talking about the formation of Israel, we're talking about the actions of England, right? We're talking about who delegated their territory. That territory was England's. So when I'm saying they didn't,
we're blaming Israel for what they're doing to those people and creating that state.
But the formation of Israel could only happen because it was a British territory, and they delegated what they wanted to do with their territory from the Mediterranean all the way to Iraq, because all that shit was a British territory.
So you saying blame them too? So you saying blame the British too?
I'm saying in these conversations, y'all jump between saying they were formed because of a British mandate to jumping on blaming the Israel. And I'm saying, if we're going to talk about England, we can talk about England. If we want to talk about Israel,
don't have to go only on one person.
Yeah,
like,
but me and Thunder's conversation for the past 30 minutes has been about England. We've been talking about England. But when we talking about the Balfour Declaration, when we're talking about the mandate for Palestine, when we're talking about the territory that was formerly Ottoman controlled, we're talking about England. Israel didn't come up with the mandate for Palestine. Israel didn't control those lands.
Did they ever create Palestine?
What's that?
Was Palestine ever created?
No.
No.
Exactly. So that two-state solution, it never went into effect.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I agree, Chef. I've been saying this since yesterday. They promised a two-state solution, just like they promised a Jewish state. But they only fulfilled one of those things. They only fulfilled the Jewish state part, but they never kept their promise. Well, actually, they did keep their promise because they created Jordan, but they never created a state for the Palestinian people. And that's why I am pro two-state. I feel in 2026, Palestine should be a state. It should be recognized as a state.
You know that's unrealistic, right?
That ain't gonna happen.
I know. If we're gonna be nihilistic, sure. We're gonna be nihilistic, sure.
I mean, I guess if we is nihilistic, does that mean keeping it real?
Yeah,
fine.
That's what that's
a big nihilist.
That's what it means.
Now, I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen crazier things happen in history. I think, especially among Gen Z and the younger generation, Palestine has been getting a lot more and more political support. And I think this younger generation can push the political process.
Palestine just got wiped out in the last year.
Ain't no Palestine.
All right. Now, look, listen, maybe it's again. I see what the younger generation is leaning toward. The younger generation is galvanized. They're galvanized behind Palestine.
I want to ask
Do they
you
have
what
bombs?
the young Israelis.
They got bombs. The younger generation.
No, but they got voted. They got voting power.
Who gonna vote? How
They
they
got
gonna
voting
vote?
power.
So how they gonna vote Palestine a state? How that's gonna hurt?
They're gonna vote for candidates that don't take AIPAC money. They're gonna vote for candidates. They're gonna vote for candidates. They're gonna vote for candidates.
What is the body that they're gonna vote to make? What is the body that they're gonna vote? Have a vote to establish a state of Palestine. What's that body?
What do you mean? They're gonna
What
vote
is the
for
body that
candidates.
they're gonna vote in to establish that state?
God body, nigga.
What do you mean by body? In the American political process, that's the body.
How can the Americans create a Palestine? How that's gonna work?
No. America can help be a political voice in the UN to because America is one of the strongest voices in the UN that would be required to recognize Palestine as a state in the UN.
Do you understand that Israel ain't finna let that happen?
Listen, I feel like it's America's job to sanction Israel as well.
Well, you piping, man. You own that shit, boy.
Listen, again, if we're gonna be nihilistic, I get it. If we're gonna be nihilistic, sure. But I'm saying I believe in the democratic process, and I've seen crazier things happen.
You're not gonna create no Palestine. You won't be alive when it happens.
I'm not saying I can do anything, but I'm saying
you
unless we have given up on the democratic process, I am not going to be nihilistic and say it's an impossibility when I see the younger generation being galvanized behind this fucking issue.
What about the young?
They're going to be the voting days.
Ain't nothing impossible. I agree with you. Ain't nothing impossible.
They are the voting days. They're going to be. They're going to be the reason elections get swung in various ways very soon. It's already happening.
Let me tell you about the young people. The Security Council don't give a fuck about the young people, and that's the only way they're gonna become a state. So this ain't a matter of the youth.
We talking about bombs, bro.
This is not a matter of youth.
Hey, you heard what Trump said last night.
It's not even.
You heard what Trump said last night.
The UN, and it ain't the UN. The UN can't make Palestine a state. The UN can only get it global. They're already a non-member observer.
Yeah, they are recognized as a state right now.
No, they're recognized as a state.
They're non-member observer status. But what I'm saying is the actual roadblock is not the UN. The UN is already. There are countries that already recognize them as non-member. They deal with them as though they're a state already. The challenge that you're gonna have is that goddamn Security Council. And the United States, that's the United States, China, Russia, I think France, and I think the UK. The United States, you only need one of them for them to never be a state ever. So the youth ain't got nothing to do with that Security Council. If the United States doesn't want them to be a state, they won't be a state. Period.
But I'm saying if the youth puts political pressure
You
on
can't
the United
put political pressure on the Security Council, Truist. And trust me, I'm a person that wants them to be a Palestinian. You cannot put political pressure on the Security Council.
Never
Can the U.S. wait? Hold on. Can the U.S. as a cornerstone of that council put political
There's no
pressure
such
on the
thing.
rest?
We all got equal votes. If one, remember this, Truist. If one, it's not like this ain't like a thing like the UN where one guy got this and another. If any one of them votes no, Palestine won't be a state. They got equal.
I understand that, but you don't think the U.S. can have a voice to convince the other members of the council to
against who? China? wait. Now, wait. I want you to answer this real quick.
Yeah.
So the United States could somehow sway and get China to do, or Russia to do what they. Bro, we don't got that kind of relation right now.
I know we don't have it right now. I know,
but it won't be the youth. My only point was it won't be the youth. That was my only point. And now
I'm bringing in the youth. I'm bringing in the youth to change the political mindset here.
What you're trying to do is bring in Tony Stark or some superhero shit to get a motherfucker. Like you're trying to do something. I think that would be one of the greatest examples of bipartisanship in the history of global politics.
It's gonna be a bomb. They're not gonna have a bomb to stop Israel. You got the
that would be
Palestine. You got the delete Israel off the map, and that ain't gonna happen.
That would be tough. What it would take, Truist, is what we talked about yesterday. Israel would have to, on a global stage, Israel would have to somehow fuck up so bad that the entire world turns their back on Israel.
They got to do it. They got to drop a nuclear.
They'd have to
and
drop
I'm
a
saying
nuclear.
The way that happens is the first people for the rest of the world to turn their back on Israel, America gonna have to do it first. If America,
we're talking about bombs, man. Wait, about a fucking vote.
Wait. Once America turns its back on Israel, the rest of the world's gonna say, "Holy shit!"
America ain't turning back.
I would say it's the reverse.
You dreaming?
No. United States is never. No, I'm just saying based on the actions, the United States is not going to lead the way in the globe against Israel. What it would take is the relationships with the rest of the world. That situation, like the Strait of Hormuz, it becomes so tenuous. Like there's a sticking point where it's like, you know what, Israel, I love you and I love you like a brother, but you making it difficult for me with every other country on the planet. I gotta go with them. It won't go with the United States starting it because then the United States would have to explain what is Israel gonna do different than what they already been doing. That all of a sudden is going to piss the United States off.
I think y'all are way too far. I think if you start with Israel, Israel will drop more.
So listen. Wait, because I got this.
That you want to establish as Palestine will be bombed as soon as you establish it as Palestine. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are
so when we talking about the Security Council,
Israel, then you would agree even Israel got to go.
When we talking about the Security Council, I'm looking at the vote. They took a vote. April 18th, 2024. The Security Council.
Yeah.
China voted yes. Okay. Russia voted yes. France voted yes. The United States vetoed it.
Yeah.
The U.S. vetoed it. So this is what I'm saying. Like the other members of the council voted yes.
Ooh, we've been telling you this for 5 minutes.
Hold on. What I'm saying is the U.S. has to be the ones to fucking acknowledge.
The U.S. can't do that.
But I'm telling you.
Oh my God. I'm saying the other nations in the fucking council said yes.
So what?
It's already. The U.S. cannot side against Israel, man. You got to stop.
Again, if we gonna be nihilistic, fuck the democratic process, I guess. Like we can't. We especially as African Americans, I feel like we have seen so many things we never would have thought have been able to politically happen. I'm not going to be nihilistic like something is out of the realm of possibility.
But let's not compare Palestine becoming a state to the civil rights movement. That's one.
No, I'm not comparing it to that.
Yeah, well, you just said we have seen. What have we seen other than the civil rights bill being passed that you're equating African American? Like what are you what are you saying that African Americans saw or been through that would equate Palestine becoming a state other than
in terms of magnitude?
Yeah.
In terms of magnitude, slavery ended, the Emancipation Proclamation.
As of late 2023, the U.S. has vetoed 45 resolutions.
Is that something that's not monumental?
You got a beautiful brain, bro.
He does, man.
Your brain is amazing.
You got a great imagination.
I could listen to you talk all day.
If you believe that America is going to vote for Palestine to be a state in opposition of Israel, you do not know where politics.
I don't think you don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this.
Wait, Truist, before you say that real quick. What I'm gonna say to you is this: if the entire globe right now is cool with Palestine being a state, and the Security Council all voted yes about what you said in 2024, they all voted yes.
Yes.
Then here's the thing: it's clear that the United States ties to Israel by them voting no in the face of the rest of the globe. Their ties to Israel are more important than their ties to the rest of the planet when it comes to Palestine. Maybe not in other conversations, but they are willing to go the opposite direction of the planet when it comes to Palestine. So that tie to Israel.
I think a lot of that has to do with the administration. I think it's because a lot to do with who we've had.
How many administrations voted for? Okay, good.
Wait a second. Yeah,
so
I'm saying
did the Obama administration vote to make Palestine a state? Yes or no?
No. But Thunder, the conversation amongst American people and their view on Palestine and Israel has drastically changed from the Obama administration to the conversation we are having since 2022 to now.
Agree.
So what I'm saying is what's been happening in Gaza since October 7th has drastically changed the psychology of Americans on the issue.
What's that to do with making Palestine a state?
Because Americans may not have seen it as necessary or
I'm
on the
talking about making Palestine a state, not if there was a genocide.
I am talking about it too.
No, you're not. You're talking about genocide. Fuck all that.
Yes, because the genocide is justification as to why they need UN protection.
No.
United States vote.
The UN gonna protect Palestine. How?
The United States vote against Palestine being a state is not just their ties to Israel, though. That's not the only thing that we have different.
There's other reasons.
Yeah, we have a different. No, there's one other main reason that the statehood should come through, and that's why even though Obama, Clinton, Bush, all of them are consistently instructed or worked with the Security Council for a no vote, one of the things that they've been trying to do this entire time is like what you've been trying to do. They've been trying to get a situation of negotiation for that statehood. It shouldn't come through a UN, you know what I mean? Like a UN demand, a declaration of some kind, or Security Council declaration. So that's why they've been meeting all this time, not just to stop the war, but to figure out the statehood shit. They want it to happen through negotiation, not through the United Nations because they also
but
know.
but the figures that support a two-state solution that want it done via the manner you're saying, they also do want them to be recognized in the UN as a state. They want them to be recognized in the same capacity Israel's recognized as a state.
Israel will bomb.
They want them to have the same protections
They
Israel
will
has
bomb
as a
the
state.
shit. If you make them a state,
Who's they? When you say they, who's they?
Israel will bomb
the
shit out of any place.
I would say most of the congressmen and women, I'd say particularly on the left, that are talking about a two-state solution. They want the full protection.
Do you understand how many politicians receive money from Israel?
I know, and that's why, that's why
you are dreaming.
You have candidates that are starting to get witch hunted for taking AIPAC money all over Twitter, all over Instagram.
Hey, listen, hey, Tony, real quick. If you think a politician looks in his bank account or looks in his campaign account and then somehow looks at Twitter and be like, damn, that's fucked up. But then they don't go on that trip or they don't buy that house or they don't buy that cocaine or buy that stripper. While Twitter ain't political pressure.
I don't think they care about that, but I think they care when you're a Jasmine Crockett and you can't win a primary. I think they care.
Jasmine Crockett woke up the next morning and you know she said, like LeBron James after the Dallas Mavericks final, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna still be LeBron James, and you still gonna be.
They're gonna be whoever.
When Jazz, you still got to go to work. You still gonna live in that shitty ass house and hate your fucking life.
I get it, but what I'm saying, we're seeing candidates who are getting voted into positions of power based off of this issue. I really feel like Mabdani. I feel like Mabdani at large got voted.
Talking about this. This is crazy. You keep talking about.
It's all right.
This is imaginary world. This imaginary world. What you doing?
Whatever.
No, what he's doing. No, what he's doing is admirable. What he's doing is
it ain't admirable at all.
No, it is. Because he's a person that believes in a two-state solution. So what he's doing is he's trying to figure out, in the face of all this impossible goddamn standard, could it actually happen? So you start looking at ways to how it has to happen.
I'll tell you what.
One thing you're gonna run into, no matter how you're not gonna be able to get around the United States not wanting it to happen.
That's first.
And he's trying to get around that. Now, you got to go through that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, Brass. It has to start like with a social political movement here. Like there has to be some sort of movement here that puts a chokehold on the politicians.
What I'm saying is we had the movement. You've already admitted the movement has started in the last 2 to 3 years. We got that, no problem. We ain't talking about the movement though. We talking about literal planes with bombs on the end of them being dropped, just like what you see in the Gaza Strip. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It won't work to make Palestine a state. What you're doing at that point is declaring war on Israel, pretty much.
The Thunder. Do you understand that most of the Democratic Party and even a large portion of the Republican Party you support, they all want a two-state solution. Now, like Brass said, some of them or a lot of them are wait, Thunder. Some of them, or I'd say a lot of them, are not asking for that on a UN level, but they are asking for the statehood of Palestine to be recognized through negotiations. You have people on the right and left. Are you against Palestine being recognized as a state?
Yes, because we don't want a war over there like we just had. If you make Palestine a state, Israel is gonna bomb the shit out of everything over there, and they're gonna take their land.
Why shouldn't the UN sanction their ass and stop them from doing that?
You can't stop a war. You see right now, America is saying fuck the world. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody
we're trying to stop.
bro.
We're trying to stop Russia from fucking dealing with Ukraine. Why can't we stop?
But that didn't stop the war.
It didn't stop it. Wait, it didn't stop it. It didn't stop it. But we tried. I'm saying, why can't we try
the war? Oh, you gonna get the E for effort? You one of them E for effort guys?
I'm saying, why are you saying the U.S. can't even fucking try? We've seen the U.S. try to stop.
Try to do what?
Wars. Try to stop Israel. Try to stop Israel from attacking Palestine if they became the state.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that America wanted to attack Iran? Or do you believe that Israel said, hey, if you don't do it, we're going to do it by ourselves? Which one you think?
A little of both.
Okay, good. So now how do you propose there when you just said love both? So let's go with what you said out your mouth. Mm-hmm. How do you propose then that America says, you know what, Israel, we know that Palestine, you hate Palestine, Palestine hates y'all, but guess what? We're gonna take them settlements y'all put up. We're gonna redistrict this place back to 1960 some lines or 1970 lines.
You see, you should ask
me.
You
think America finna do that?
Thunder. You should ask me if that's what I'm envisioning. I just say that.
Question. Do you believe that America is going to tell Israel to accept those 1970 some lines and to give back Palestine?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Why are you adding to it? Just ask me what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning, let's say, so nobody has any fucking issues that beyond reason. Israel keeps the borders it has today. Palestine, the territory that exists, has the borders it has today. And whatever those borders for Israel remain the same, and Palestine's borders remain the same, and it becomes a state.
No, that's true. On, bro.
Okay, now we
don't walk past the strip though, Brass. That strip is fucking ruins right now.
Okay. So I'm saying that Gaza Strip, there should be an international effort to help rebuild it.
You crazy?
And Israel should be forced.
You bring your ass over there and you touch one brick and see what happened to you. You touch one brick. Israel's already killing them niggas right now.
Yeah, they should be
innocent victims.
Do you think they should keep killing it? Wait, hold on. Do you think they should be allowed to keep killing them?
Oh, now you saying should. Yeah, bro. They go to fantasy world.
Oh. I'm asking you, should they be allowed to keep killing them?
You in the fantasy world, Truist.
I'm not in the fantasy world. We're having a hypothetical conversation.
No.
This whole conversation is hypothetical. So I'm asking you, hypothetically, would you say the U.S. shouldn't tell them to stop killing the people in Gaza?
Oh, they can tell them all they want.
Okay, so what's wrong with me?
You don't think that Israel? You don't think America told them to stop?
In no uncertain terms, there have been people in the administrations going back decades that have told them to stop.
You don't think they done told them to stop?
There's a difference between the administration and the full threat of the United States. Any sanctions that would even go to Israel, the United States would just vote no matter what the administration.
Don't matter.
And I'm saying we should create.
Who's we? Real quick. Who's we?
The American voter.
Okay.
Oh shit, man! Fuck Palestine. We don't care about them.
You see? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying. I find myself in the middle of these conversations because I believe both should be a state. So I end up getting called a Zionist on one fucking side.
Oh, I don't care. I ain't calling you.
No. The difference is
ain't nobody called you no name yet.
I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, Thunder.
No, hey, but true.
It's not about nobody.
Hold on. Thunder don't give a damn what anybody call him. That's one. Two, at the end of the day, you're having a hypothetical conversation about a two-state solution with a person that fully believes fuck Palestine.
So you're trying to everything.
But Brass, the other side is saying fuck Israel. The other side is saying fuck Israel.
I don't think anybody in here is saying. No one in here is saying fuck Israel.
No, I'm not talking about today, Brass. I'm saying yesterday, I was trying to defend why Israel should be a state to people that said they hope God destroys Israel. And now today, I'm finding myself trying to justify why Palestine should be a state to people that are saying, fuck Palestine.
My only answer to you is that Thunder wasn't here yesterday.
I told you.
I'm not charging Thunder with anything.
Hold on.
I'm not charging you with
yesterday.
Thunder. I'm not charging you with anything.
No problem.
I'm just saying,
let me
I find myself in these kind of positions because my position is a little bit in the middle. I believe
you put yourself in the middle though. Nobody.
Yes, I am because I feel that's what's right. I feel like they both deserve to exist.
Super wavy in the chat. Shout to you.
But that don't work.
He said fuck Israel, so you got one right there.
Yeah, you got some fuck Israel. But we're talking about as the United States, bro. What true is you on a fucking you on a micro level like I've never. Well, I have seen it before, but man, if you actually go macro, you'll understand why there. I keep telling you, there will be, if you think that the Gaza Strip is something, you establish a state of Palestine, and that bitch, everybody over there will be dead. I'm telling you,
but you're telling me I'm in the micro when there's been polls and the majority of Americans. I didn't say you in the
micro. I said you're what you're. To me, your way of thinking about this.
Are you saying two-state solution is the micro? Is that what you're saying?
No. Okay, good. So when you're saying two-state, if you want a two-state solution, right? To me, if that's what you're wanting, you're ignoring too many things. You're looking at a micro.
I hear you. I understand.
You're looking at it from a micro level. You got the voters. Hold on, let me. You got the voters that can do it. We're gonna get the young people and we're gonna get the youth, and they're gonna vote. And that's micro. Macro is, I think, involves, in my opinion, us going against Israel in this instance. Would be a declaration of war, in my opinion, against.
So you're saying the macro position is that Palestine shouldn't be a state.
I'm saying Palestine can never ever be a state, not right now.
And you're saying that's the macro position.
No, I'm saying the reasons why that Palestine cannot be a state. If you look overarching, if you look from the 30,000 foot level, you'll understand it can't happen.
And I'm asking you to stand on what are you calling the macro position? You're saying two-state solutions, macro or micro, or you're saying no, Palestine can't exist. Do it like
that then. So when I'm saying micro, if you feel that Palestine should be a state, micro, the methodology you're using is a micro methodology. Let's get enough. I agree with that. Hold on. Let's get enough young people together, and let's get a whole new generation, and let's drum up enough support for Palestine to make the voters vote them in. That's micro. That's your position.
The methodology, sure, I agree. Wait, hold on, because I think we're talking past each other. I agree. My method is a micro method, but I feel like the position of two-state solution is a macro position. My method might be micro. I might be in the minority on my method.
I'm not saying minority. I'm saying it's a micro level of way of thinking. If you think that,
can I answer something?
I think the macro position of Americans and politicians is that there should be a two-state solution.
Can I add something to what Thunder is saying? We need to bring up a map of the West Bank. And if you bring up a map,
I'll do it right now.
If you bring up a map of the West Bank, bring up Israeli occupied spaces in the West Bank. And when you bring up that map of the West Bank and look at the Israeli occupied spaces, there's nothing left for the Palestinians to call a state. Because if you call it a state, are you going to remove those 1 million Israeli settlers that is now in the West Bank. There's nowhere in the West Bank. If you look at the West Bank and look at where the Israeli occupies in the West Bank, it's a hodgepodge.
Can you see my
Look
screen?
at it. Yeah, look at it. I don't have to see a screen to know it. The West Bank, more than 30% of the West Bank today is occupied by Israeli, and it's growing daily. There is no place to call a Palestinian state in that land anymore. Let's be honest about it. You cannot divide the
Gaza
land.
Strip at?
Okay.
The Gaza Strip is totally different. It's closer to the sea.
Yeah, it's that green area where his cruiser is.
It goes to Gaza Strip right there, right?
But hang tight. So the area.
Let me finish speaking, please, before you interrupt me, please. Yeah. No, if you look at it, you say, all right, let's go back to the 1960 odd lines. That line don't exist anymore because the West Bank is not what it was then. Was then the West Bank was a majority Palestinian place? Yes. But today, the West Bank look nothing like that. Because what the Israelis done over time is that they encroached on the area and took over especially the most fertile areas of the West Bank. In the West Bank today, the Palestinians have to beg for water. When they look over the fence, Israeli farms are green, their farms are brown because of the lack of water. There's no place for the Palestinian in that land anymore. And every day, the Israelis are making it more and more evident that they want these people out of the land, right? They want these people out of the land. That land don't belong to the Palestinian anymore, right? So the two-state solution will never happen because there's no land to divide, because you cannot get them out of the West Bank. Plus, politically, America and Israel will not fall out because America sees Israel as the most important partner in that area. Because what America fears is that these Arab countries shall nationalize the oil. Although Saudi Arabia will never nationalize its oil, because it's agreed that the oil that under Saudi Arabia is American oil. And although they make some money from it, the same money that they make back from the oil, they reinvest in American bonds. So it's like them selling the money back to America, what they make from the oil. After they buy two mega yachts and a couple of Ferraris, everything else come back into America Treasury bonds. And we'll prove it. You can look at it, right? So it's to calm the Americans because the petrodollar is important. Israel not going anywhere. Palestine will never have a state. The two-state solution is dead because there's nowhere to put a two-state on that land. If you look at maps of the West Bank, the Gaza Strip is how big? The Gaza Strip is more condensed than Hong Kong in terms of the amount of people who live there for the land space. And they're getting them out. Half of it has been destroyed. There's no two-state solution. There can't be. The only thing that can probably happen now is that you say, all right, call it Israel, but give the Palestinian rights, equal rights as the Israeli, so that they can vote in election, they can have representation. That's the only thing now you can have. Call it anything you want, but treat the people with respect. Treat them with respect, give them rights to vote so that they can have representation. Take away the stupid laws where you just introduce that the only person can get the death penalty is non-Jews. If you're arguing that, and you say it's one state, but everybody have representation, that's the only solution now, because the land can no longer be divided just by the picture of the West Bank that you just see. There's no place. There's no place here.
Please
you go ahead now.
Keep the map on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, put that in the back chat so I can show the chat.
Yeah.
Hold on. You want the map or the
whatever you
what
choose?
You got on the screen? No, what y'all got on the screen is fine. Or I could, because what I'll
put it in the back chat so I can put it to the side while you're talking.
Oh, I got you. Hold on.
Ottoman Turks was Islam. Sharon, what the hell?
Oh,
by the way, I ain't gonna say that. Fix it later.
Yeah. So
hold on 1 second.
I can see it. I can just start talking.
I know, but I wanna share it. I want to share
to the chat to follow along.
Okay, bet.
Hold on,
They can't see the map. They can't see y'all streams.
Yeah, give me 3 seconds. Hold on, let me just get
time.
yes, hold on. I'm trying to copy and paste, but I don't know how to do it while I have it up. Hold on. Copy paste. Hold on, Truist. I got you.
No problem.
Copy and pasting it right now. Paste. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, let me reshare.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay, go ahead and talk. I'm gonna see if the chat can still hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can y'all still hear us while this map is up? Put a 1 in the chat if you can still hear it.
It's
go
up
ahead
to
and
us.
talk.
Okay, yeah. So this area you see the West Bank in Gaza, right? No denying there's many Jews that live in those regions, which we call Palestine to this day. And the rest of it outside of the green is Israel today, borders today, right? Which has many Palestinians living in those areas, right? But the idea of the two-state solution is not to say, hey, when we build this Arab Palestinian state, no Jews could live here. Just like it was never supposed to be a situation where Arabs would be living in a Jewish state in an apartheid state. You know, like that is what ended up happening, but that is not what should have been happening or what was intended to happen. And when people are proposing a two-state solution where this West Bank area and this area of Gaza become a fully recognized Palestinian state, it's not to say that Jews can't live in those areas. It's not to say that Palestinians can't live in the Jewish state anymore now that they have their own state. It's to say the Palestinians, after years of having a land called Palestine, finally are able to get that land recognized globally, just as Israel has. And people will be able to live here regardless of their race, religion, or whatever else under a fair, equal status and have political involvement, the same rights to land ownership, the same rights to most of the freedoms you would want in a democracy in both states. Now, I do understand why most people feel like that's too idealistic, why that's a pipe dream, especially at this point with everything that's happened. So that's why when I was speaking to Isonic earlier this morning, and he brought up the concept of saying, you know what? Let's just create a new state entirely. Let's get rid of Israel. Let's get rid of Palestine. Let's just call it something new. One new state everyone can live in democratically that isn't ran by some sort of religious ethnic creed, right? Full-blown democracy. I'm not opposed to that either. Like, I'm not married to the idea of a two-state solution if the alternative is we create one state that is purely a democracy, not politically ran by religion, whether it's Judaism or Islamic creeds. Full-blown democracy.
So now you don't agree that you're basically you willing to dissolve Israel.
Yeah. And if the idea
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Let me say something. Brass, put up the other map. Brass, put up the other map. Put up the map that I've showed. I drop a new map.
Come on.
I dropped them. No.
I'm trying to explain myself, but
yeah.
Go ahead. Y'all can tell me what I'm saying. Y'all can tell me what I'm saying.
Everybody stop real quick. I'm going to listen to you, Stu Peace. I'm going to let them finish before I take down this map. Just give me a second. So real quick, Troy. You fought so vehemently hard yesterday, pause, for it's not even possible to dissolve. What are you going to do? What if the 9 million is right?
No, so I wasn't saying it wasn't possible. I wasn't saying that's what I'm saying. I wasn't saying it wasn't possible. I was asking questions. I was asking questions to see what the alternative looks like. And this morning, Isonic and myself, for the people that were in here, they heard what I was trying to do, and we had a very respectful dialogue. And we came to well, I'm not saying this to you, Brass. I'm saying we came to the
I didn't hear your conversation this morning.
When
we came yesterday, you were completely against what you're proposing now.
No. Yesterday, I was asking questions to see if there's a viable alternative. And the only alternatives I'm hearing yesterday is we need to mass exodus millions of fucking people.
And now you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I'm saying the solution me and Isonic came to this morning didn't require that. It didn't require exodusing millions of fucking people because you think they look European.
Real quick. What did it require? Okay, go ahead.
All it required was if we are going to remove Israel as a state, which is what I kept asking yesterday. If we're going to do that, are we then also going to say the territory of Palestine doesn't exist anymore too? His answer was yes. We can create one new state, come up with a new name for it, and it'd be a full-blown democracy that's not ran by religion or any ethno-state. And I'm saying, okay, if that's what we do, are we going to be asking the Jewish people you're calling invaders and Europeans to get off of this new land that you're talking about? He said, no, I don't think the victims, I don't think the children of rape victims should be punished for their rapist parents. Those were the exact words Isonic said. I don't feel the children. Yes. Okay. He said, I do not feel the children of rapists should be punished for their rapist parents. So no, I don't feel that the Jewish people that people are calling invaders and Europeans should have to be moved in the millions off of this new proposed land. And I said, okay, if this is your idea of what the one state solution you're coming with is, I don't have a problem with that.
Can I bring up my map now, please?
Presenting something?
No, I wasn't presenting. Could you put up my map, please? Put up my map and let me explain something to people.
Oh, let me stop sharing. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, put up my new map. No.
Where's the map at?
It's in the Discord. The map that I've just put up.
Somebody put it in this.
I don't see it. I'm looking at the Discord chat right now.
It's in the Discord. It's a bottom map. It has some purple dots on it. I just put it in.
You mean in the general? All right, I got you.
In the general.
Can you move it in
general,
here,
right.
Thunder, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
Right.
Good,
no, if you put up that map.
Why are you talking?
Yeah. No, if you put up that map, I will look at it.
It's right there.
I will look at the characteristics of the invader, and I'm calling them invader.
Okay,
because this land, if you look at the West Bank.
Hold on. Let me share it for you.
No, it's up already. It's on this.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yeah.
If you look at that map, the white area in that map, every area in white is controlled by the Israelis. Every area in green is controlled by the Palestinians. All of those purple dots that you're seeing are Israeli settlements. Now, if that's not an invasion, so while we're asking the Palestinians to compromise, Israel is telling them they're not compromising because the West Bank was set aside for Palestinians. But if you look at a map of the West Bank, the white, again, is controlled by the Israeli. The purple dots is where they have all of the settlements. If you look at the map, you realize that it is almost like you have chicken pox. You don't know where the skin is different than the pox. It's almost like a disease in the people in land. Now we're asking people to compromise to people who have never compromised. The Israeli plan is to remove the Palestinians from the land. And they're showing what they're doing to remove the Palestinians from the land. So while Truth might be talking, it might be saying that, oh, we need to understand these people. These people are showing you who they are. That the rules that you engage in normal humanity does not apply to them. Because even when people is given the opportunity to have their own, they say, no, we're taking it from you. So what
Hold on.
percentage of
But
what
look at this
percentage
right here, though. It said the
yeah,
full Palestinian civil and security control are
green,
the dark greens, right?
right?
Are
What
you saying
percentage
that
of
Ramallah and Bethlehem and Hebron, all these are under Palestinian control?
yes. But the white now is under Israeli control. And the purple dots is where the settlements are. What percentage of the map does Palestine actually control in West Bank? If you look at that,
Oh,
that's the
Tulk,
West.
Arm, Jenin, those are the biggest ones.
Right. But if you look at it and look at where all the settlements are, the purple dots, when a settlement is there, even if the settlement is in a Palestinian green control area.
Oh, you're saying where? Okay, right there by the Dead Sea. They can take that Dead Sea over there probably if they got the balls to take it.
So they're pushing out the Palestinians out of the West Bank systematically. That's what they're doing.
I see what you're saying now.
They encroach on the land.
Those settlements are not just a lot, but they are scattered out
everywhere. And guess what? The Palestinians don't have any say in an Israeli settlement. I mean, an Israeli settler, as shown in the past, do not recognize Palestinian law, even in Palestinian land. We have seen it in the past where these settlers go over and kill Palestinians at free will. They shoot them down when they're ready. And guess what? The Palestinian cannot retaliate. You cannot be arrested, right? I don't know in the last 20 years how many Jews in the West Bank has ever been prosecuted for killing a Palestinian. I might say 0 to very little. But they're encroaching on those people's lands. But we're saying that, oh, these people are so civil and they're so wonderful and they're so nice and they want to live in harmony with the Palestinian. No! The little land that the Palestinians got, the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, they don't really have autonomy over it. They have autonomy over slightly green areas until a settlement move in that area. And when a settlement, then that purple dot move in that area, that purple dot remove the people who lives in that area before. So if an Israeli choose your house, they move in and kick you out. Recently on YouTube, there was Christians, Palestinian Christians, not Palestinian Arabs, Christians who Jews from New York going now to kick them out of them area. And the dude said, if I don't take it, somebody else will take it. And if somebody want me to find that and drop it in the Discord of a Jew saying to a Christian, I am taking your house. I'm not buying it. I'm not compensating you. I am taking that shit and you have to live with it. Because if you try to retaliate, you will have gunships, tanks, militia coming to gun you down. So when they identify what they want, they move in and you have to move out. You don't have any choice. So brass, a beautiful house you have in New Jersey. Imagine there's somebody that's come one day and you see another family in there. And you have to just pack up your bags and your furniture throw it front. You don't have a truck to move it. You just have to take up enough clothes that you can carry and leave. And
I'll
don't
tell
say
you,
a
like
word.
my brother Thunder and Kyle would tell the same. I'll send y'all all a message in the Discord, let y'all know it was real. And I'm going out guns blazing.
But you guess what?
Because apparently
you're going out.
The earth has decided that I don't get to be here anymore. Because I literally am armed for situations just like that. Just like what you're going out. I'm going out on my sword, Thunder. I'm letting you know it was real, brother.
Yeah. But you're going out. You're going out, but you're going out.
I wish a motherfucker would come to me at my house and tell me this shit ain't yours.
But it has been done before in history. When the German wanted the Jewish property, they just went and they claimed it.
This ain't
and the
Germany,
Jews got removed.
this ain't Germany. Hey, listen,
You
I
are
know
the
we
same
all
one who
think we're gonna
argue.
end up on train. Listen, I know we make jokes about being on trains. Our country, the United States ain't the greatest country in the world and all of that.
Yeah.
Cool. But
Yeah.
I made plans based on the United States being the greatest country in the world. And I made a whole bunch of decisions based on freedom. And if they try to take that freedom back, then I'm going to take my sanity back. And we can all get crazy, bro.
Just like Germany.
We can all get crazy. I got good windows. If I even sniff some shit like that, there'd be some metal paneling going up on them windows for sniper sights and all kind of wild shit. I'll speed up this training I'm doing with my son. We could just have a good old goddamn time. But ain't no fucking way.
Right. But go back to what I'm saying.
I get your point though. I'm not trying to take away from
your
point.
I know. But that's what happening in Palestine. That's what happened in the West Bank. These people just come in and remove you.
But now, what do y'all feel? But what do y'all?
I wanted to respond real quick, please. I wanted to respond real quick because again, I think we're having two different combos. You're speaking to the intent and actions of Israel, and I agree. Israel, especially the guy running Israel, are completely trying to do what you're saying. Those are their intentions.
They're not trying to do it. They're not trying to do it.
I didn't cut you, man.
Yeah, but they're not trying to do it.
Absolutely having the intentions you are speaking to. I get that. But I'm saying it is the responsibility of the outside forces that are pushing for a two-state solution. Because at this point, Israel's leadership is not calling for a two-state solution. I'm speaking to the parties that are. It's their responsibility to make them stop. And again, I'm going to say it again. I know you guys think it's a pipe dream. I know you guys think it's idealistic, but I'm not willing to give up and be nihilistic.
Who's pushing?
Wait a second. Those settlements you're talking about are considered illegal by international law. The UN has already determined that those settlements are illegal. However, wait a second. Jesus Christ. I can't
No,
I don't know why, but I don't know why.
Listen,
Wait.
You gotta keep talking, bro. You gotta keep talking.
Yeah. I'm just saying facts. You can laugh at facts, but they're facts. So the problem is the Security Council, as Brass brought up, right, are at large supposed to be the major players in enforcing these things. And the U.S. has been a hard barrier into enforcing these things against Israel's illegal international actions. Such as these settlements you're bringing up.
Not going to happen,
this is
keep going.
Y'all can talk.
Stop getting knocked off your square. Keep going.
So this is why I keep honing in on the changes I feel politically and socially need to happen here, so America can fix its fucking act on the world stage, so we can. Now I'm not willing to give up, say America's mindset on doing that is impossible or a pipe dream. But that's just me.
So stay right there real quick. So when we do the Security Council conversation, it isn't always the US though. Right? So just know, like, when we say in this particular vote, the UK abstains, France is either supportive or they abstain, China usually supports or they vote no, and Russia usually supports Palestine recognition. It's the United States that's isolated that votes No, so it's not even if you were to get the United States to do whatever, you still would need the other 4 or 5 to be unanimous at the same time too. There's also some difficulty in that also. So I don't know why the UK is abstaining. I don't even feel like looking that up. But
in terms of the settlements, Brass, in terms of the settlements, they've declared that the settlements are in violation of international law. I'm speaking to what Suki just brought up. What do you mean? Who cares? What do you mean? I'm speaking to the fact that there needs to be consequences, and the barrier in enforcing the barrier in enforcing these international crimes that is being acknowledged has been the U.S. on this specific thing in regards to the settlements. So I'm saying, are we to just say, you know what, ain't nothing going to change in regard to that, or is it our job to use our voting power the best we can to try to vote for people we know are going to try to attempt to change the U.S.'s actions geopolitically?
Wait. In geopolitics, go ahead, Thunder, say what you got to say, and then I want to pose a question based off what you just said.
Votes don't matter. Votes don't matter. Okay, go ahead.
And more. And more. One more.
No.
And the guys and the West Bank. Talk about the West Bank too. Not only the guys. Yeah. And the white area is Israel controlled area. And the white area is controlled.
Yeah, the land gone. He basically saying, true, it's the land is gone. Israel
The land gone.
took it.
Yeah, that's what
They didn't took it. There's no.
Yeah, but it
there's
can,
no two-state
but
solution.
they can,
The
but it
land
can
is gone.
change,
Israel
but it can
not giving
be,
that up.
but
Israel is not giving that
the
up.
same way it required the Western powers to help them establish it, we can force them if we.
No.
Okay.
No, we
listen.
not. Well, we can, but we're not. We're not.
No,
It's not
okay,
gonna
so
happen.
say that. So say that. Say that. Yeah. But I'm saying it's not an impossibility.
The land is gone.
That's what I'm saying. That's nihilistic.
The land is gone.
That's nihilistic.
I got
Give it up.
a new question.
Brass.
I got a different question. I just want to break this up.
Before you move on, Brass. Before you move on, I dropped a video in the general chat of this fat dude from New Jersey going over to Israel and kicking out the Christians. If you can put it in the general chat and play it for the audience and exactly what he says, because currently in
Can you paraphrase it? Because I don't know if it's copywritten.
All right. What's happening currently now? What's currently happening in New York and New Jersey now is that these Jews have set up real estate offices teaching American Jews how to go to Israel and take anything they want that is not non-Jewish. And they're telling each other that they're telling the people in Israel, if I don't take it, somebody else will. So anybody who have time to go and watch that video that I just dropped in the general chat, that's how the Jews, even in America, are thinking when they're thinking about Israel.
Because they know they don't have the protections that they need. They know the Palestinian land and people don't have the protections they need.
Let me rephrase that. Because you cut me. Let me rephrase that. They know that the land is theirs for the taking, and they're going to take it. That's what they know. They know that the land is there, and they can't do. There's nothing that you can do because the policies have been put in place over the last 40 years. That listen, just go in there, any house that you like, yeah, and whatever.
I'm not fine with them being powerless. I'm a vote. I'm a vote accordingly.
Israel was take. Go ahead. I was the screen. The audio.
Yeah. So when you look at it, they will take it.
Thanks,
and the vote don't matter now in America because there's nobody in America that is going against AIPAC
So
money.
why the fuck y'all was trying to tell us to vote Democrat?
No, I'm talking about the American situation. That is overseas.
Why the fuck y'all was telling us to vote Democrat then?
Yeah,
the vote don't matter.
Oh shit! Now.
Wait. Where that comment made some sense.
He lost this argument
Let him
and then went to that.
I'll explain. I can explain.
Hold on.
When I say shit, I don't say shit. I got some logic. I got some logic behind everything. I got logic behind everything.
No, y'all gotta let him talk. Let him talk.
He got frustrated by Thunder, who is a Republican, right? Now he's about to flip on and argue with the Democrats because he can't fuck with Thunder.
No.
Let him go.
Go ahead.
Let him go.
I ain't get frustrated with Thunder. We was having a respectful conversation. I got frustrated, but I just heard our vote don't matter. Our vote in America, it doesn't count.
A Republican said that to you.
No. Stoopies just said that.
No, Thunder said it.
Hey, Chef. Stoopies co-signed it, bro. Stoopies co-signed it. Dude, Shep, Thunder wasn't talking about that. He was saying the vote in regards to the Security Council. How that don't matter. He wasn't talking about the vote.
in an
Stu
election.
P said in America.
Yeah. Stu P's the
He
one
said
that
in America.
American election.
Oh, so I'm addressing that.
So
From the
what party is in power right now that you
You
saying?
trying to save them, Chef.
You let him.
No. Let me explain what I'm saying. Let me explain what I'm saying. Since I said it.
He's trying to switch the. Don't let him.
No. I'm responding to what I'm hearing. You trying to save them?
You are holding.
You trying to save them?
Tight.
I heard what I heard.
Yeah.
Any threat to that Democratic argument of yours, you are holding doors. So any
Because
threat
the Republicans are in power.
No.
The Republicans are supporting Israel. Why switch it to the Democrats right now?
No. Let me explain what I'm saying. Please, let me say what I said. When it comes to international politics such as Israel, the average American is not voting for it. So you vote because the average American don't even know. Most people, when I put up that map, didn't even know the amount of settlements that were in the West Bank. They thought the West Bank was primarily Palestinian occupied. Most people don't know geopolitics. So asking them to vote on that, we are the we are the outliers when it comes to politics in this room. Most people don't even know what is going on in Israel and Palestine. Didn't know that this was going on for years. So it's a non-issue when it comes to campaigning.
So again, black people are dumb when they voting. Black people don't know what the fuck they talking about when they voting, right? We don't know what we do when we go into the voting booth.
Hey, this nigga got his gun out.
We come full circle. Every conversation comes full fucking circle, man. This is great. I love this. We always come full circle in these fucking conversations, man.
You're gaslighting now. Everybody in here know that you're gaslighting.
You
didn't even know that map that I brought up.
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't even know that map. What I brought up. You didn't even know that.
You might have to just be like, you got me here. You know what I'm saying? That way
why
you ain't got to crash out like that.
Why are you saying that,
Huh?
Roger? Why are you saying that?
I mean, he just pushing a little. He kind of is pushing a little bit, kind of crazy a little bit. I thought that y'all done already established that the two-state thing never was a thing, and he's still kind of like trying to find some way to force that into reality. And we done went through all sorts of like scenarios that could be happening and haven't happened. And you know what I'm saying? All of that's because that he ain't just kind of like acknowledged that some of that shit is happening. Dealing with reality like that. That's what I'm saying. Instead of going roundabout way and then like eventually just like having a crash like that, you could have just gave ground a couple of hours ago.
Okay. But I think that was actually the question that I was gonna move the conversation to. And Logic, I'm gonna ask you first since you are.
I mean, was that not clear? Like I
understand where you're coming from. No, I understand that point, but I'm gonna ask you this point. I want to see where you stand with this. Maybe shake the room up a little bit. So, while we should be concerned as human beings about Palestine and what's going on in Palestine, with all the things that we have going on domestically and all of the issues that we have going on within the continental United States, should our vote in any way be swayed by what's going on in Palestine, or should we focus on ourselves like most countries do? So now this is my premise. Israel does not, whether Jews helped during the civil rights movement, that's clear. But Israel, in how they move around the globe geopolitically, doesn't care about, we're not saying they don't care, they probably do care morally, but their actions and their policies are not in any way trying to somehow be like, well, let's make sure, African Americans are somehow, let's address that, or let's speak for them, or this, that, and the third, right? And they're not really supposed to. That's a country. Israel's supposed to deal with Israel's issues, this, that, and the other. Should we, as African Americans on this continent, or even as Americans, removed from African Americans, should we, as Americans on this continent, use our domestic vote somehow to to address that issue, or should we use our vote to focus on our issues here domestically?
Yeah, can
It's
I
like
respond? Oh,
No,
Logic.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead, Logic.
Logic.
it's like some kind of way we can't afford to, but it's like morally we're supposed to. But I don't think we really got the luxury to kind of to worry about their issues, at least as closely as we like. Me talking about our vote, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if our vote we can afford to, put somebody in office because we share their views on Palestine and Israel above their local. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't really afford to put that above the stuff that we got going on immediately.
Okay,
But
go ahead.
some kind of way
So you're saying no. You're saying no.
We're
We should
supposed to
focus
be.
our vote
There's some
domestically.
kind of way we're supposed to be morally, but we can't really afford to.
We should be focused domestically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can care morally, we can talk about it, but our vote should reflect domestic issues. All right, that's logic. So that's one for domestic. What about you, Thunder?
I did not say that. I said the Republicans are in power right now, supporting Israel. That's what I said.
Why a lot of P's in your words? You so goddamn awful and so. Why your P's so strong?
Yeah, so to answer your question, bro, I think we should for on a moral level, as everyone said, but I do think we do have a responsibility even outside of that, because economically, our tax dollars goes into these wars that are justified by Israel, by some of our so-called allies, to drag ourselves into situations to help them with whatever their causes are. So I think we as voters, we have to be cognitive of that in terms of congressmen and women that are pushing legislation toward giving other nations money out of our tax dollars. But to Thunder's point, yeah, he's correct. I brought this up earlier before we went live and when you weren't up here. I was saying that there's been polls that have asked Black Americans at large their position on the two-state solution, and most Black Americans polled saying they are in favor of the two-state solution. Most Black Americans said they are in favor of Israel existing. But most Black Americans also said with that, they believe in a ceasefire and they don't agree with the military actions in Gaza. We also know the Congressional Black Caucus, NAACP, and some of our greatest civil rights leaders all supported a two-state solution. So when it comes to this conversation, I don't think we should be trying to act like anyone is out of bounds for having that belief when that's Black America at large's position. Now, if you're someone like
the vote go through us.
I answered. I started with that.
Domestic.
Yeah, I started with that. With that saying, yes, because the vote or the non-vote is still going to affect where our tax dollars go and the money and funding that could be going towards stuff domestically. So I think whenever that's in play, it is the responsibility of the taxpaying American to pay attention to that. But
we still should vote. But okay, but you're saying two things. So I'm saying, or maybe I'm hearing two things. What I'm saying is, we got police brutality, we got economy, we have reparations, we have a number of issues that we need to be concerned about here. I'm saying how much of a focus, because Israel is concerned about Israel is clearly concerned about their country when they make moves. And then with anything outside of that, they're concerned about the Jews first, Jews abroad. So they doing Zionism.
Pan-Zionism.
Yeah, they're doing pan-Zionism while the whole world is trying to figure out what they're doing in Palestine. So my concern is, while we are talking about Palestine and what we should do for them, should our needs here domestically supersede anything in regards to Israel and Palestine?
I definitely think the things domestically you stated are more important, right? But I do think we should still pay attention to it, because unlike Israel, our country gives money to these wars and takes our resources away from some of these
administrations, though. That wouldn't tie down to a vote. I'm saying, okay, we care about Israel.
But I'm saying the people we put in Congress play a direct role in these decisions, right? The people we put in power play a role in these decisions. So I'm saying, I think it's our responsibility to make sure we are keeping, it doesn't have to be our focus, but we do have to be informed of where these resources that could be going to reparations is when we're giving billions of dollars.
But your needs when it comes to a vote always have to be prioritized. I'm saying, do we prioritize that?
No. I'm not saying prioritize that over the domestic stuff. The domestic stuff should be first priority.
Okay,
but it shouldn't be ignored, because a lot of the domestic, but the other stuff shouldn't be ignored, because some of the funding for that could be used for the domestic stuff.
Okay, cool. Is Chef, where you stand? If you could talk, should we prioritize in our vote, because we're saying that a change of administration is something that could get this at least move.
I agree with
Truist.
I agree with Truist. We should be able to talk and chew gum at the same time. It's our soldiers, it's our military family members going into battle, and you dig what I'm saying? It's how the country is looked at internationally. A lot of us travel. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, we should be concerned with our country's position on certain international issues.
So with Israel's, Israel and Palestine relationship, how high would you put that on when you're going to vote and you're prioritizing your people's needs, your family's needs, whatever? How high is Israel and Palestine?
Israel don't factor into that.
Okay, so then domestic.
It doesn't factor into, over top of my people's needs and our personal issues, domestic issues. No, Israel don't factor into that.
Okay. What about you, Haskell?
I just hopped in, man. So
I'm just asking because we're having these conversations about Israel, right? And we're having these conversations about, now we're talking about possibly dissolving Israel and creating a two-state solution and all of this. But I'm saying, in your vote, when you vote at the polls and you're prioritizing your people, or however you choose to vote, prioritizing your people or prioritizing your family, however it works, when you're going to the polls to vote, how high is the Israel-Palestine conflict in regards to your decision of who to vote for? Like, for example, would you vote for, say a person was for reparations, but abstaining on the Israel-Palestine thing, like staying out of it per se? Or you had somebody that is really in support of dissolving Israel and making Palestine a state, but they're against reparations, against they're kind of nil on your issues domestically. How would you solve that quandary? Would you focus on the person that's dealing with your domestic issues, or would you be focusing on the person that's that is focused on getting rid of Israel and Palestine?
Well, no, the obvious answer is the domestic issues. Like I think it's high time for the U.S. to basically kind of leave those people alone. You know, I think in short order they're not going to have much of a choice anyway. The Iranians look like they standing on real business, so I think they're going to get ran up out of that region anyway. You know, it's time to end that experiment and focus on America.
Okay. Anybody, Kyle, where you stand?
Oh, I'm not even paying attention. My bad.
No. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Howard, where you stand? He's probably busy.
I agree with Truist and Chef.
Okay. So then my question to y'all, okay.
I just gave my take. Don't have me get you to running out of here, nigga. That's what happens when I speak up on your ass. I just short and sweet. The truth doesn't need a long fucking explanation. I agree with we need to focus on domestic policy first, but also if I'm going to put a congressman in, I'm going to vote for someone that agrees with Trump and his fucking overseas policies. I'm not gonna vote for that motherfucker. If he gonna take $200 billion out of fucking healthcare to pay for a funky ass war that we shouldn't be in, I'm not gonna vote for that bitch. Straight up.
Yeah. You stirred a hornet's nest right there. So we all agree that the domestic issues are more important. So how far are y'all willing to go? All right, outside of us talking in this chat, how far are y'all willing to go for this for the Palestinian, for this genocide? Are y'all willing to protest? Are y'all willing to what are y'all willing to do? Because I get it. Israel's terrible. Palestine deserves to be a state, but what are you willing to do to make that happen? Because if you're not willing to necessarily vote for it, I don't think y'all ever went to a protest of any kind. So is this more like one of them
I don't think a
Americans
protest
got their own issues type thing?
Yeah, a protest wouldn't liberate those people. I think the most, Black Americans or other people around the world can look on and say, that's wrong. And I know protests could be powerful because your voice could reverberate out, but for the most part, a state like Israel, they're so doggedly focused on what they're trying to do, like they just don't give a fuck. So it's nothing that's gonna stop them from, continuing on their expansionist plans other than force. They don't give a fuck about, who want to protest where or how many states see them as being evil. They just don't care. Somebody got to stop them. You know what I mean? And I think that region is going to sort itself out. All America really needs to do at this point, you fucked up enough. Just get lost. Go home, deal with home and let them people figure it out. The Iranians in concert with the people in Lebanon, you got Oman jumping on board now. They're building a little coalition. The genocide of the Palestinians has been stymied to some degree. And I think Iran is getting ready to kind of, assert themselves in that region as a power. So they'll be able to stop the progression of the expansion of Israel. And I think they'll pretty much dissolve Israel. I don't know if people been paying attention, but they dropped 100 missiles on them boys yesterday. Their systems are getting
missiles.
I heard it was 100.
No, it was 10. It was they dropped 90. The height of their missile dropping, per the reports. I mean, you could be right, I could be wrong, but at the height at the beginning, they were dropping 90. After Trump announced yesterday that Iran asked them for a ceasefire, they dropped like 10, and I think like 3 got through, and they were cluster bombs.
Yeah, so if America steps out the way, what do y'all think that region looks like? No, I'm just going off the hypothetical Haskell, bro. Like, you think Iran would crush Israel in a one-on-one fight? I'm asking him.
Yeah,
Like in a
I
straight
think
up head-to-head, like head-to-head, no outside involvement, Israel and Iran.
Israel
yeah,
a white Iran. Israel a white
the
Iran.
only
Face of the fucking earth.
no, they wouldn't, man. Y'all are not paying attention.
Y'all bugging out.
Y'all are
If
not
you
paying attention.
think head to head, Iran would beat Israel in a missile war?
Yeah, they got more missiles than them. And their missiles are more accurate as of right now. The only recourse Israel would have would be to go the nuclear route. That's
Did you not hear me say wipe them off the face of the earth? Yeah, like what did you think I meant when I said they wipe them off the face of the earth?
Yeah, but here's the issue with that though. If you go the nuclear route, right, which is basically you saying that you're gonna wipe this civilizational state that's been around for about 6,000 years or so, you're gonna wipe them off the face of the earth. The Russians aren't just gonna twiddle their thumbs and just watch
agree.
that happen.
That's why I don't want it to happen.
You know,
I agree. No, guess what? Hey, Haskell, that's why I don't want it to happen. I don't think, and that's my feelings on Netanyahu. That's why I'm saying I don't think
Israel,
I think this BB,
they're
whatever
not,
they call, whatever his nickname is, Booby, like 50 Cent.
BB.
Leave that nigga alone. Leave him alone, bro. You're like, get him out of office, do something. But if you just saying y'all made the hypothetical of just Iran versus Israel.
In conventional warfare, I didn't know y'all was including the nuclear option, but I don't think it's an option though. Is the point? Like,
I think if America gets out the way, Israel will get desperate and they'll be a lot more likely to use a nuke.
And they're gonna get they don't have Hezbollah.
Yeah, but Iran hasn't really deployed soldiers. Yeah, but Hezbollah is not the Iranian military. Like, Hezbollah doesn't compare. I'm saying Iran hasn't fully deployed.
Hezbollah, let's just say Hezbollah is a motherfucker though.
Yeah, but like they haven't put Iranian boots on the ground yet either. That's what I'm saying. Like, nah, man.
Yeah, Thunder's not well informed at all. Like, but the bunch of missiles that you're dismissing, this is the future of warfare. Like, they backed up. Yeah, if the persistent surveillance, right, which the Russians and the Chinese are on the forefront of, combined with missile warfare and drone warfare, that is modern day warfare. That's 21st century warfare.
All right. So I want to adjust my answer. So I'm looking at the war they're in right now and just removing the United States. If we're just strictly talking about counterintelligence, espionage, stuff like that, and just missile strikes, Israel could win. But there's a caveat to this. There's a caveat that we're not. No, this ain't even ChatGPT. This is common sense. I said that before. I just wanted to look at the relationship of where Israel is to Iran. And y'all said boots on the ground. Now, even you, Thunder, would have to admit Iran could just wait Israel out for a very long fucking time. They just get bombed. I mean, literally, just what's the strategy where you it's a strategy where you fight. You don't have. It's an art of war. You don't. The other part is stronger, so I forgot what it was, but however it works, it's. But if you look at but go by this though, Thunder. If you can attack, right? It's three parts to war. You can attack, you occupy, and you liberate. So I got a question. What does a win look like for Israel? I don't think Israel has the ability. They have the ability to attack Iran, but based on its size and where it's located, they don't have the ability to occupy. And it's 90 million Iranians. How the hell are you going to occupy and liberate Iran?
So why is this war? Wait a minute.
When I look at the numbers, Iran has
not dealing with the occupy and liberate. A win in a war.
No, Brass,
like
you're not listening.
Win,
you're not listening
a tactical
to
win. A win in
you're
a
not
war.
Brass,
You mean you've occupied this place and you've liberated this place. And Israel does not have the ability to do that.
Brass, you're not listening to him, right? He's basically saying they could just overrun them boys. Right now, Brass asked you a direct question, Thunder. When you say win a war, what does that look like?
But there'll still be an Iran. So when you saying a win, you just saying like just because that just sounds like the war. I'm trying to figure out what's the win look like. YouTube can't hear you, Thunder. No. I can hear you. They're saying on the chat, they keep thinking the audio is going in and out, but it's not hearing you. It's not picking. Yeah. No. Do me a favor. Just go out, come back, and finish talking.
Yeah, y'all got to realize with Thunder, man, he's like a WWE fan, right? He just thinks, the big bad Israel is just gonna just steamroll. He sounds just like
Series B asymmetric war. That's what it is.
So
here we go. Can y'all hear me? Go ahead. I'm gonna pull up the YouTube. See if I can hear you.
Prior to this war, right? Prior to this war, it's a lot of bluster. 4 days, we're just gonna roll in, just whoop them and we out of there. We are a month in. These people, they still control the Strait of Hormuz, and this war is nowhere near ended. They're talking about ground troops. That's a suicide mission for the United States.
Let Thunder talk for a second. Let Thunder talk for a second. And then keep talking.
Let me ask you a question. So if you want to do that, we can do that. Let me finish my thing and then we can talk. So let's start over. Everybody got
your audio's picking up. Go ahead.
Everybody got their missiles together, right? No problem. We're gonna start our way over. You give Israel all of those, the Iron Dome, fully stocked. A fully stocked Iron Dome, and and everything. We start over. Iran launching all those missiles ain't gonna mean shit because we hitting them 2,000 feet in the air. Now, Iran can't stop my missiles. I can stop their missiles.
Did you say we? Did you say we in my missiles? Oh, I see where
Iran
you
can't
coming
stop.
from. Yeah,
I'm going from the scenario you wanted me to take. I'm using your scenario.
That's some fucking dirty house.
I'm using. That's fine. So Iran cannot stop my drones, but I can stop their drones. Iran can't stop me from flying my F-22s and taking out every damn thing they got over there. But I can stop them with my surface-to-air missiles from coming over here. If you notice, you ain't seen one jet, one plane, nothing come from Iran to bring their punk ass over there to Israel. If you notice that. But we went to their front door, knocked that bitch down.
That doesn't even factor in.
Say it again.
Hey, Thunder. So what do you do with the fact Israel has 160,000 ground troops and Iran has 600,000 ground? What do you do with that?
I don't even believe you have been listening to what I said. Ground troop not gonna matter when I can bomb you and you can't bomb me. We ain't even going on the ground.
Have you seen the report by the Israel? I forgot what office he holds when he says that they're like 2 weeks out of being depleted the interceptor missiles.
Maybe.
Did you see that?
Maybe.
Huh?
I said
it's not
maybe.
A maybe. It's not a maybe. That's what they're saying.
No, right. They're 2 weeks out from not being able to block anything.
Right.
And that's what my point. That's what my original point was.
Hold on, Brad.
Go ahead.
He's on some fan stuff. He's not looking at this thing objectively. If everything what Thunder is saying is true, insofar as the vulnerability of the Iranians and the dominance of the United States and Israel, why is this war still going on? It sounds like it should be over. Can I get an answer to that?
I mean, Thunder, you understand that if from the beginning there was no U.S. There was no.
Hold on. I want to answer to that question. If everything you're saying is true, Thunder,
the war is over. The war was over like the first week.
So this is a figment of our imagination. What's going on right now?
No, man. We're taking out targets. We're not at war with Iran. Yeah. We're taking out targets. We're not at war with no Iran.
Israel's defense system would have been depleted last week if they didn't have U.S. intervention helping them from the beginning. So just understand, in this scenario, if they never had U.S. airstrikes to back up their airstrikes from the beginning, they would have been depleted.
That's a great opinion. That's a great opinion that you have. I'm glad that you have an opinion about their stockpile. But let's stick with the facts. The facts are
no Thunder. That's what they say. That's what the Israelis say.
Are they lying or telling the truth?
Hey, Thunder, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? When it comes to airstrikes, do you agree that the only way that ends if one side or the other says, okay, I'm done? If one side's like, fuck your airstrikes, I don't give a fuck what you doing. Come up here and get this shit. It ain't done. Do you agree with that?
Okay, let's do it like this then.
I mean, that was a question, brother. That's a question.
I'm gonna answer your question this way. Like I just previously stated, there has not been one airplane. You saying airstrike? There has not been one airplane that Iran has flown nowhere. It ain't been one plane that got off the goddamn tarmac.
When I say airstrikes, I'm talking about missiles and all that too.
Oh, you saying missiles? What about them?
Yeah. That's basically what I was talking about.
Yeah, but Thunder, we know Iran can hit Israel. They've hit Israel.
I didn't say they can't hit Israel.
But what you
won't have a plane.
But what? No, I'm talking about the plane. But your point has been that Iran, we can hit that. You saying we? I'm not doing that shit. Israel can hit Iran, and Iran can hit Israel, but that's false. Iran has definitely hit Israel, and this is what I mean by Iran. This is going to be for total victory, meaning one of these motherfuckers don't exist after. For total victory, Iran can most certainly sit in Iran with them 90 million people, 3 times the size of Iraq, and most certainly wait out them 9 million Israelis. And if
That's
and
just
we
what
can,
I'm
and we
saying.
can play this shit for wait. Iran can sit there as long as they like. But at some point, remember, we're saying with no help from no one else, at some point, Israel is gonna run out. And Iran
How are
is
you
still gonna
saying
be
these
there.
words though?
Huh?
How are you saying they're gonna run out? Why are you saying that?
Because the only reason they haven't run out yet is because we've helped them.
Why do you believe that? Because you just said it?
Oh,
You
my
think?
God.
Okay, thunder.
Go ahead, tell me.
Real quick.
Tell me why you don't
If
think
I
that
gotta go
have
get a
enough
source to
artillery.
listen. If you won't take my word for it, I can go get a source to prove it. But just listen to me.
Go ahead.
Israel in a quick strike war, right? I'm sure that they could do a whole lot of damage and this, that, and the other. The reason why I went to nuke level, where I said in order for them to beat Iran, they'd have to wipe them off the face of the earth. Whenever I say that, I'm talking about nuclear capability.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they have. How can I word this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think Israel can wait out Iran in a ground or air war. I don't think they can wait out Iran.
Your opinion, bro. That's your opinion.
No, I'm not saying a fact. This is my opinion.
Yeah,
So I'm saying. So that's why I'm saying. If we're saying that's why I keep going back to. What is a victory? If they're just bombing each other, I'm trying to figure out what are you.
It's not going to be a bombing each other though. That's what I'm trying.
You're saying. So you're saying what I'm saying.
I got a fully stocked. I have a fully stocked Iron Dome. I have my Patriot missiles. I have my THAAD radar. I got all that set up. Iran got whatever the fuck they got set up. Right? And we start from 0-0. Iran launching all they shit. I'm knocking all they shit down. When you get through, these F-22s finna come get them goddamn same thing they do, the same playbook. Contrary to popular belief, Israel is fighting most of this war. Hold on.
Why hasn't that happened in reality? Why hasn't that happened?
What ain't happened in reality?
What you saying?
You don't believe that the U.S. and Israel have hit around like 1,000 targets? You don't believe that? You think that's made up or something?
No. But it's the U.S. and Israel.
Bro, this is a hypothetical.
Yeah, we're having a hypothetical conversation.
Yeah, how are we going to do this? We're going to play your game or mine? Which one?
We're saying in the hypothetical, Israel, you're saying Israel can do what's happened by itself.
Yes.
I don't necessarily agree with. I think
that's your opinion.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna argue with your opinion, but what I'm saying is when we consider the battlefield and the strategy and the means that both parties have, I have a means to defend myself against your missiles. I'm not going to hit all your missiles. I think it's supposed to be a 90% effective rate, right? Efficacy rate, right?
Around that.
90%. So 1 out of 10 is going to come through and hit, not counting the cluster bombs. So you're going to have even more success with those. That's fine. But you're going to have to deal with Shaq coming through the paint. You got to deal with these F-22s. You got to deal with these rockets that I got for you, and you don't have an Iron Dome. You got to deal with my drones too. We are conducting drone warfare right now as Israel. So you got to deal with my shit too. So I have a chance against your missiles. This is my ultimate point. I have a chance against your missiles. You ain't bought an airplane over here. Our service to air. Our service to air is say what?
When you factor in troops with the missiles, what are you saying that looks like when the ratio is 4-1?
How many troops gonna survive a missile?
I mean, they got 4 times the amount of them as Israel. So Even if
How
you
do
wipe
you know
out
this? How do you know this stockpile?
based off the reported numbers of their
Right. So
ground
good. So let's go with the reported numbers. Iran said that they only had missiles that can go 2,000 kilometers. Is that true or false? Which one?
That's what they said. That's what they said. Yeah.
I'm asking you, is that true or false? Which one?
And so far for what we've seen, yes. For what we've seen, yes.
No. You're saying that it's true that their missiles can only go 2,000 or it can go further than that? Which one?
From what we've seen, that it only gone 2,000.
Okay, good. So when they launched those attacks to that island, that UK island, that was 2,500 kilometers away, you think they just did that to waste 2 rockets?
What you mean? I'm not familiar with what you're talking
Okay, there we
about.
go. That's a problem. If you don't know, that's fine.
He's talking about that base named Diego something or the other.
Diego Garcia.
But they claimed that it was the Iranians. The Iranians said it wasn't them, and that it was likely a Mossad false flag. Now, you can't say that this military is so incapable on one hand, and then you're crediting them with having the type of range to be able to hit Europe. Like, which one is it? Are they capable or not?
Israel, bro. Fuck Israel.
No, you just said
the point wasn't Europe.
The
point was, do you believe what they say? That was the point, Haskell. Don't take us somewhere all over the place. I said they said that their rockets can only go 2,000 miles. But now it seems like it ain't right what they're saying. They got rockets that can go further. That was the point. Not can they attack Europe.
So you're saying they're lying about their numbers in terms of military troops. You think they're lying about that?
I don't know.
So wait a minute though, True. Wait a minute though, True. He's just accused the Iranians of lying, right? But the lie that they told supposedly underestimated their ability, not overestimated. They said we can't hit 4,000 miles away. But he's saying that they lied about that and that they can hit 4,000 miles away.
Yes.
So if they're lying about the troops, then they would be, if anything, based on that example, they'd be underselling their numbers.
They definitely is.
So you're going to expand that to everything.
Yeah, because they was able to hit an island in the Indian Ocean.
Yeah.
They didn't think, the United States and Israel didn't think that they had long-range ballistic missiles, and the United States tried to get Europe to side with them because they saying, yo, if they can hit this place in the Indian Ocean, then they got motherfucking missiles that can hit motherfucking London.
Yeah.
Y'all need to help us. Like, it was some bullshit. You feel me? It was some bullshit.
This nigga Thunder crazy. I ain't never seen a nigga could whoop everybody, but he constantly asking for help from other motherfuckers. Oh, these niggas is hoes, man. We just finna run them over. But hey, man, can you come help me? I need you too, dog. Come help me. Like, how? What? No, you talking about that. You know, you basically saying the Iranians some hoes. They can't do shit. They ain't got shit. Israel or whoever could just run them over. But yet and still, these people steady asking for help with these hoes, these suckers. How does that work?
For help? I'm asking you, Israel?
No, the United States and Israel is asking for help. Oh, you
saying the United States need help from against them?
That's what they're saying. They constantly asking for help. Trump and Hegseth and all them. Hey, Europe, where you at? Hey, Spain. Hey, Italy.
Are they talking about Haskell? Are they talking about defeating the Iranian army, navy, and air force? Or are they talking about opening the Strait of Hormuz? Which one?
Both. Remember, they want help and also replacing that regime.
Ain't that the same shit?
Not really.
You think defeating Iran is the same as opening the Strait of Hormuz?
Yes.
But look, we're good. Hold on, Chef.
Bro,
we getting away from the point, though. We getting away from the point. What I'm saying to you, Thunder, is the math ain't mathing. You keep talking about these Iranian dudes like they just some suckers. They ain't got shit. You know, we could just run up in there, slap them up, but it ain't jiving with what's happening on the ground. You're saying
how many targets have been hit in Iran this war? How many?
I think they claim like what? Some crazy like 15,000 or some crazy number.
So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
How can Iran stop that from happening?
I don't know if they just.
What are the defenses they have in place? Tell me.
I don't know much about like their interceptor capability, but
exactly
that's besides the point that I'm making, though. Because
I know
look, in a head-up war, if Iran were to try to go in a head-up war against the United States, they have no chance, right? But that's not what's going on here.
What's going on?
If the United States objective is regime change, right, then anything short of that equals a loss in war. Wars are remember, wars are political also. It's not just about who could smash who out. You get what I'm saying? So you could bomb them. Listen, there's no war that's ever been won with just aerial assault and bombing motherfuckers. Vietnam could not fuck with the United States, right?
Can we agree with that? Eliminating targets. You know that, right?
That's fine. You don't understand what that means in a military sense. It's just an accounting thing where they say, okay, there's a building there, and we dropped a bomb on it, and we observed the hole in the building.
That's all. Yeah, okay, we just finna destroy a bunch of buildings and say that's our target. That what you saying they doing?
Yeah, but that's what they're doing. They're bombing infrastructure. It's gonna be
what infrastructure are they bombing? A damn cafeteria.
Well, they do that too. We already know they bombing school, right?
They bombing ammo depots and headquarters. What they bombing?
They're bombing military targets, right? What they believe to be. But remember, if you even listen to Hegseth, they'll tell you themselves that most of Iran's capability is underground.
Okay,
you realize that, right?
That's why we got. Are you talking about the ammo city? You talking about
they
that?
have like 27. They have like 27 from U.S. reports. They believe they have 27 underground missile cities.
No
not
problem.
Silos. Cities.
Now, are you still not getting why we still there? Or you gonna act stupid now too?
Right, but that's the point. You're agreeing with me. You're still there because they not the bigger hoes as you trying to claim they is.
No, we're trying to find them goddamn cities. That's why we finna drop these niggas on
nah. That's a bad idea.
We're gonna find the city. Wait. Thunder. We're gonna find the cities with missiles?
No, he's talking about the ground troops. He's talking. Remember, there's floating this idea of sending in like special forces and some other.
That's what I'm saying. Like to find the cities, you're suggesting we put boots on the ground to find these cities.
I'm not suggesting that. I hope we wouldn't, but that would have looked like it's gonna happen.
But why would you need to do all that? They ain't shit. According to you, you could just run up. You could just bomb
we got to find the shit that they're trying to hide. What you're doing is trying to make deception and offense, right? That's what you're trying to do. And it's dumb as shit. If I'm a police officer, I pull you over. I'm trying to, I suspect you of having a firearm, right? Or some drugs, right? I suspect you having drugs. I get the police dog. I get all this shit, but I still can't find these drugs. You get happy that, oh, nigga, you try to find a drug. You can't find them. No, I know you got them. It's just a matter of I gotta take my time. I'm finna pull this. I'm finna pull your car. I'm finna break down the parts. I'm finna take off the hood. I'm finna take off out the engine. I know you got this damn drugs. I know they in here. I just gotta
find the Iranians are gonna stand idly by while you pull apart your vehicle. That's how you think that's gonna go.
That is again. That is why you take out. That's why you take out their targets. Those drones.
This guy.
That's why you take out the Air Force, the Navy. There is nothing you can do to stop me from doing whatever I want to do.
Thunder. Do you realize that they've blown up a girls' school with 160 kids, right?
You're talking about the second day.
Hold on. I'm making a point. Let me get to this point.
2 months in now.
Hold on. I'm not doing that for emotional reasons, right? To pull any heartstrings. I'm making a greater point, right?
Yeah.
Also, when they hit Larjani, right, they took out an entire apartment building to get that one dude. They took out 100 civilians to get him, right? Do you understand that the people on the ground right now in Iran even the ones that didn't necessarily like the establishment, the regime that was in place, they have been so radicalized. You've bombed these motherfuckers into nothing, to the point where now it's like, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck if I don't like my government, bitch. You bombing my motherfucking city, so we all riding. Okay?
Bingo.
The Iranians,
Bingo.
hold on, real quick, True.
You want to change the argument now? Okay,
the Iranian foreign minister just put out a statement that they're already a million strong. Their army is already a million strong. He just put out a statement that if the U.S. brings troops, already 7 million Iranians have said they're willing to pick up arms, and I absolutely believe them.
Okay, good. Now, what that's going to do?
So in other words, what it's going to do is, listen to me and listen good, Thunder. A ground invasion of the mainland of Iran is a suicide mission for America.
Who told you that?
I'm telling you that.
Who told you that, though? Who told you that? You don't think they're gonna have air and ground support? And was it a suicide mission to go into Venezuela?
You're comparing Venezuela to Iran?
Was it a suicide mission to go into Venezuela, get their leader, bring that nigga out, and kill 300-400 some people in like an hour? Was that how what you think about that one?
No, that was easy peasy.
Oh,
that's
easy
the point
peasy.
that I'm making.
But
Iran
you mean some average niggas on the street pick up a gun? You think they just finna kill a bunch of damn SEAL Team 6? You think that's what's finna happen?
SEAL Team 6 is how many people?
How many people you think? How many members of SEAL
the United
Team
States
6
doesn't have the numbers, brother.
How many members of SEAL Team 6 do you think it takes to kill a city? How many you think?
You think SEAL Team 6 could wipe out a battalion or a brigade of trained? Remember, they have 1 million trained.
No, you said some civilian niggas. That's what I'm talking about.
No. I'm saying you got 7 million that are ready to pick up arms right now to supplement the army that they,
niggas, right?
To supplement the army that they already have. Listen, the United States doesn't have a chance on a. Do you understand the topography of Iran?
Do you understand how many of them 700,000 ain't here right now? Ain't on the earth?
I think right now they down like a few thousand. That's a drop in the bucket.
A few thousand.
A lot of that is how much they down?
I don't know how many they down. I seriously doubt they down just a few thousand.
Well, that's what I've seen online. But listen.
Yeah.
Did we lose? Did the U.S. lose the Vietnam War?
They didn't win it.
Right. Now, were the Vietnamese far inferior as a military to the United States?
They were far inferior, yes.
Far inferior.
Far.
And the U.S. still lost.
Right. So what we're going to do is go back 60 years.
Hold on.
And you're under the impression that the same president, the same Secretary of War is the exact same one that was in the 1960s.
Doesn't matter. The only point that I'm making is you can't just look at it like we're far superior to them, so we just gonna whoop them out. Like it's not that simple.
That's the point I'm simple. Making. We've already done it. We just did it.
So the war is over then.
The war is over. The war been over.
Okay.
We're trying to get the straight.
Wait. I can tell. Did you know you get off work and you just go right to Fox News and you just plop down with a beer?
Well, but here's the problem. Thunder, did you listen to the address last night?
Yes.
Did you hear when Trump said over the next 2 weeks we are going to be bombing them extremely hard? Hello?
Yes.
You heard what he said that?
Yes.
Does that sound like the war is over to you?
Bro, we are hitting targets.
Yeah, but does that sound like the war is over when he says we're going to hit him? So what are we hitting them extremely
we sending ground troops. So what are the ground troops for? Oh my God. Go ahead.
The ground troops is to get this missile cities and I would suggest probably the uranium.
All right, well, you heard Thunder say it. The war is over, everybody. So what are we even talking about?
It's been over, man. That
It's
war was
nothing,
over.
it's nothing to talk about.
Third or fourth day.
Everybody go home.
Done. They
If
just learned the missiles at this
the
point.
bombings aren't going to stop, then how is the war over? And you just said you think there's about to be boots on the ground. We are
not fighting. Well, okay, this is what I mean by the war.
You said you think boots are about to be on the ground.
We are not fighting an enemy, bro. We are hitting as many targets as we see.
Oh, so you're beating a dead horse, basically.
Yeah, that's what Thunder saying. So it's basically like this.
Yeah, we're gonna take out that whole infrastructure, bro. We're taking out the whole defensive.
So this just for fun.
Let me give you a different example. Like it's kind of like when you watch a football game and you get into the third quarter and the score is 42-7, and you run the ball just to run out the clock. You just going through the motions to finish up the game. Their bombing that they're doing right now is just to completely obliterate all their potential points of interest or targets that we call targets for future retaliation. Just look at the score. Just look at the score. I think we lost 13 American soldiers so far versus they lost their entire multiple regimes at this point. What's going on? I'm not even sure what's going on. Why y'all think this is an actual argument?
Okay, so the war's over.
The problem is they're radicalizing, like Haskell said, they're creating a future generation of Iranian people that are going to hate the government for the way they went about this regime change. Even if they wanted.
Even if the people, Kyle and what's the name finna say already? Who gives a fuck? We'll just kill them too. We'll just steamroll them.
Yeah, but that has to be like acknowledged too. That like that's why I said I was for the Iranian regime being changed, but it had to be done internally because when you do it this way, now you're gonna radicalize a new group that even if they were against the actions of this regime, it's like not this way. My mother didn't have to die for this regime to be changed. I didn't have to watch my school get blown up for this regime to be changed. I didn't want it to happen this way.
I mean, what are you saying?
What do you mean? What I think is very clear what I'm saying.
No,
why does the Iranian regime needs to be changed? Why do Americans feel that way? I'm lost by that.
Oh, you cool with what the Iranian regime is doing? Their people.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know what they do. I know what Israel.
Oh, you don't have a clue.
Listen. We know what Israel is doing to those people in Palestine.
Oh, those are only people that matter, not the Iranians.
No. What I'm saying is,
yeah, you fucking up everything you say. You just fucking up.
No, if we're worried about governments being not humane and fucking over people, we can look right at we started with fucking Israel.
Okay,
so the regime and needs to be dissolved in fucking Israel.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying for the past 24 hours. I said Netanyahu got to go.
That
I said there needs to be a
though.
regime change. I said there need to be a regime change in Israel.
That ain't gonna happen though.
Like with Iran, I'm not saying Iran can't exist anymore. Iran should still exist. It just needs a regime change.
So Thunder and Kyle, do you believe the U.S. are going to be successful in achieving their objective of replacing this current Iranian regime?
Who told you that was their objective? Let's start with that first.
What they said.
Who said
it? That's what Hex. That's what
Who
Hex
said it.
Hex said.
Fuck it.
Hex said what?
Hold on, let me oblivious to that.
Hex said
what? He's playing games, but I'm gonna play his game with him. Hex said it.
I'm being honest. I don't think America has an agenda. They're just going with the flow. And it's all opportunity to take out a potential threat, that's a future threat, and they taking advantage of that opportunity.
Well, that's not what the officials are saying, Kyle.
Right.
I mean, it's fine to make up for whatever.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey, look,
I'm saying it's okay to make up whatever it is that you believe is happening, but they've come out and said what their objective is. Their objective is to replace
Hexet did not
Did you
say.
listen? Did you
Hexet
listen
did not
to?
say regime change.
Oh, let
What did he
him go.
say?
Let him go, Brad.
Yeah,
Come on,
where y'all getting that from?
come on,
Even
Haskell.
last,
Tell us
last night.
what they say. What they
Oh,
say
so
now,
now I
Some
got
Haskell.
it.
people
Come on.
said last
Now I
night
got
that
it.
that
Now I
wasn't
got
their
a
agenda.
source. Now I got a
No,
Hey,
his
source.
Haskell.
Trump
his
last
statement.
night
Hold
said
on,
that.
hold on. His statement on the war. I don't know if you're talking about what he said on 60 Minutes, but what he said on 60 Minutes was, "This is not a regime change war." After they killed Khomeini, he said, "But the regime did change, and the world is better for it."
Tell me what's the objective?
All right, so
Haskell?
I'm
Tell me.
gonna have to source up then. All right, give me a minute.
All right, thank you.
So the United States didn't state that they were going for regime change in Iran.
No,
Pull
they
your
were.
source.
Are we saying that?
Source
I
up.
missed that.
Source up. You tell us. Don't ask us.
Okay.
Tell us.
So
Tell
y'all
us.
saying they didn't state it?
Just
Tell
because he
us.
said that. I like that fight style.
I want to know what I'm addressing here.
No. I'm
No.
just listen. I don't know if Hegseth ever said it in life. I just know on 60 Minutes, the interview everybody keeps pointing to, he said verbatim, "This is not a so-called regime change war." This was after they killed Khomeini. He said, "This is not
Brad,
a so-called."
don't play chef. Don't play chef game. Make chef pull his damn source and
Why do we
state
be
it.
at war in here? What the fuck outside? We be at war in the Discord.
They choosing war. I'm not choosing war. They choosing war. We've hit over 12,000 targets. That sound like a war to you? We hit 12,000 targets. And we done lost 13 people. That sound like a war? Oh, okay.
I just appreciate the fighting stance, like like Brad was saying. The fighting stance is I'm gonna make a straw man argument and make you
go
fight against me. And then get mad at us because we want this
we ain't going.
Yeah, like,
We want you to do it. We ain't finna do that. You do it. So what you saying is they say no, nigga. You saying that? You tell us what they saying. Come on, Haskell. Show us the objectives of the Iranian war. That's what you need to get on your soundboard, bro. Get either the crickets or get the Jeopardy joint.
So
Okay,
now look at
Haskell.
y'all were talking all that smack.
Yeah, all that shit. Now we got a moment of silence.
We ran thunder up out of here. Now y'all quiet as hell.
So let me. I'm gonna start you off with. One, right? I'm gonna start you off with one. Our one objective is to destroy Iran's navy. Okay, what's the next one? Go ahead, Chef. Go ahead. Okay, there you go. All right, Haskell, I gave you one, man. Destroy Iran's navy. What's the next one? Matter of fact, I'll give you the obvious one. Prevent Iran from attaining nuclear weapons. I think everybody
They said they already did that back in June.
Okay, so now let's go with this. I gave you two. So now I ain't giving y'all no more. Come on. Y'all can do it, man. I got faith in you. I got faith, man. I believe y'all can make this happen, bro. Just really dig down deep. Pause. Dig down, man.
Make it happen. It says regime change implied. Trump said change, quote, change might happen, but maybe not immediately. So while regime change was not always listed as the official goal, it was clearly discussed as a possible outcome.
Okay, so what that mean? What you just read? Do you understand what you just read?
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. Pascal, where you at, man? Come on. What are the objectives of the Iranian war? I gave you 2. Destroy Iran's navy
Public,
and prevent
listen,
Iran
public,
from obtaining a nuclear weapon.
These are the main goals U.S. officials publicly listed.
Okay, good. What you got?
Destroy Iran's military strike capability.
All right.
Destroy ballistic missiles. Destroy
All
missile
right.
production. Destroy drones. Destroy Navy and Air Force. Destroy
All
military
right.
infrastructure.
All
This
right.
was directly stated by the Pentagon and administration officials. 2,
All right.
stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. This
All
was
right.
repeatedly stated as a core objective, preventing Iran from developing nuclear weapons. 3,
All right.
destroy Iran's defense industrial base,
All
meaning
right.
factories and infrastructure that produce weapons.
There
4,
you go.
stop Iran from supporting proxy groups such
There you
as
go.
Hezbollah, Houthis, and other groups Iran funds or arms. So
All
in
right.
simple terms, the official mission was cripple Iran's military so it can't threaten the U.S., Israel, or the region.
Okay.
Things U.S. leaders said that go further, but not always official. These were said in speeches or interviews. 5, unconditional surrender.
Yes.
Trump at one point demanded Iran's unconditional surrender. 6,
Yes.
neuter the regime. The vice
Yes.
president said the war would continue until Iran's regime is neutered, meaning
Yes.
unable to threaten anyone. 7, regime
Yes.
change. Implied. Trump said regime change might happen, but it may be not immediate. So the regime change was not always listed as the official goal. It was clearly discussed as a possible outcome. What the U.S. said the war was for. Big picture. Trump said the war was to, quote, prevent Iran from threatening America and the world and stop a further nuclear threat.
What else we got?
Important note, even in U.S. policies, some lawmakers said the goals were not clearly defined. The goals shifted over time. So there is a disagreement inside America about what the real goal is. Simple summary. If you put it in plain English, America said the goal of the Iran war was to, 1, destroy Iran's missile and military. 2, stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. 3, stop Iran from funding military groups. 4, make Iran no longer a threat. Possible but less official goals force Iran's government to collapse or surrender.
Okay. Pretty straightforward, don't y'all think? There you go. Where the bombs at? There you go, Mom.
So that's
all right.
it.
I think that's it. All right, we good? Mongo, Pascal, we straight?
That's what the U.S. went over there for. We got it.
All right, no problem.
Ain't no doubts about what they went over there for. Take over some shit. They ain't say nothing about oil, right? They want to make sure they ain't had no military. That's what they say.
Okay.
But these motherfuckers still launching missiles and drones and shit.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Right. So how did you complete your goals if they still doing what you claim you went over there to stop them from doing?
It's not complete. That's why we still there.
No, he said it was over yesterday.
Who said that?
Trump.
What he said was over.
He said we won.
We did. We have won.
So why? So
Then
why
they send
are
a care package to Israel. They bombed.
Why the Strait of News is still shut down to only who the Iranians say could go through that motherfucker?
Because they got terror groups, and Iran and terror groups are threatening all the ships.
So they still capable of controlling the fucking Persian Gulf.
Yes, they are still capable of controlling the Persian Gulf.
Oh my God. So how, you know what? Y'all got it.
Did you read? Let me ask you a question. You just took 10 minutes. That ain't nobody cut you off.
I read the stated goal.
Did you read where they said we finna prevent Iran from fucking with the Strait of Hormuz? Did you read that anywhere?
No, but their ability.
So why are you trying to make that objective?
No, because I'm smarter than that, Thunder.
Oh, okay, there we go.
If it said that the United States goal was to prevent Iran from being a threat militarily to the U.S. and Israel and their allies, they ain't complete that goal. Because Iran can still control the motherfucking Strait of Hormuz, and everybody's shit goes through there.
As
So
of right now,
nobody's shit is protected. And
as of right now, you're right.
And they still can launch and hit Israel.
As of right now, you're right. That's correct.
So how did they win? How's the war over? How does what Trump said last night make sense if you ain't even complete the goals? Israel is still under fire. You feel me? The Strait of Hormuz is still closed, right? They still got their capabilities to launch, and whoever the fuck they want to launch at, meaning the other Gulf states, U.S. had to close down its bases in Oman, in motherfucking the UAE and Dubai. All of those bases had to be closed the fuck down. How the fuck did you win?
Yes.
They pushed you the fuck away. They pushed you damn near out to sea.
You said they pushed who out to sea?
The United States, they pushed the United States military, had to evacuate their bases. Hello? Where the bombs at, y'all?
They had to evacuate their bases?
Yes. You didn't know that?
Where the bombs? Okay, you got the bomb right there.
You didn't know that Iran hit all of its surrounding neighbors that had U.S. bases?
You said they had to evacuate the bases, though? That what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Clear English.
All right. All right, Chef. Okay.
You still thinking about it.
Right. He trying to get his shit together.
They evacuated all their bases in the Middle East, and where they went, they came back home
again.
They came back home. Logic.
All right, here you go. He regrouping.
I guess so. I guess so.
No, I'm working, man. So I'm listening to you, but you saying that they had to evacuate all of them. Where they went? Where everybody went to?
I don't know. They said they evacuated bases. I don't know where they went at. Okay. One of them said that they had moved to a hotel, military assets to some hotel in Dubai, and then the Iranians started hitting the hotels. Yeah, they was getting busy, bro.
Oh, okay.
They was getting busy. The motherfuckers trying to get up out of there. They started hitting the airports. They started hitting international airports in the motherfucking Middle East. You don't remember that? What the fuck? You wasn't watching the news?
When that happened? Day one? That happened yesterday or today? Which one?
In the middle of the conflict.
Okay, good. So what we're going to do is hold on to what happened in the first week of March to the first week of April?
No, in the middle of the conflict.
Or no, let's say the first week of March, right? So it's the first week of April now. How long we gonna ride that wave?
I don't know. So you're saying they not capable of doing that no more?
Do you have any reports of them attacking airport in the last 3 weeks?
They already did it.
I know. They did.
So obviously it was strategic, right? And it's other Muslim countries. So they're not trying to cripple those countries. They're trying to cripple United States' ability to launch offensives from their countries. That's what they're doing.
Yes.
So what are you saying? They're not at war with the Arab countries. They're at war with the United States.
Hey, can I point out something that's pretty important? I would think so. You are right, Chef. They did evacuate the military bases that was being hit. The issue is in your argument is that you're forgetting that they only evacuated non-essential personnel. So they evacuated like staff, like people who are not actually actively involved in the war at that time. So it will be kind of like, if you have a battalion unit and you are actively at war, why would you have like the nursing staff or would you have the administration staff in a place that's actively in war? So those are the people that were evacuated from those bases, like elected officials that may be over there, diplomats that may be on those bases. Those are the people that got evacuated, not the actual soldiers for most of them, unless that base was uninhabitable. But that's also listed in those reports as well. They didn't just say, "Hey, we got to run." It was more of a let's get the people who are non-essential for the fight out of here to say protect their lives.
Okay. So when they moved to those hotels, and those hotels was targeted by the so the Iranians was targeting non-combative military personnel.
Yes.
Evil.
I mean, it's the same thing that we was doing with them. We was attacking their non-combative military people as well. So it was just them.
Yeah, like
See,
we gotta understand
I fight a
they
fair
hit.
fight when I argue.
Yeah, they did, to be fair, hit Dubai International Airport. They hit Qatar International Airport. As you said, they hit hospitals, they hit hotels.
When they
hit civilian zones for sure. If we're being
when they hit
fair.
when they hit them hospitals and hotels, when that was, they got a date
It
right
was
now?
in the beginning of March, mid March.
Okay.
Yeah, some was on purpose, some was inadvertent. Playing like when we blew up that children's school, that was inadvertently, but they was actually attacking a quote unquote terrorist organization that was set up there. Those weren't actual fighters; they were people who were linked to the terrorist organization. They were higher ranking, that were non-combatant people.
The way Iran explained the attacks on these other Arab countries, you explained, they mainly justified it by, like you said, they supported U.S. military action and in many cases aided and abetted U.S. military within their nations, and they felt like these people were betraying them.
Yep.
So that's kind of Iran's perspective on why they felt okay doing that.
At least we
during Ramadan. At that, they did this during Ramadan.
I ain't thinking about no fucking Ramadan.
Ramadan.
Yeah.
Wait, Brad.
That ain't gonna make a motherfucker blink.
I know. I was trying to be funny. I
get it. Hey,
now,
Brad, tomorrow though.
Now, if I say fuck them kids, that's a terrible thing for me to say.
I'm not telling you what. No. But see, here's the thing. You said fuck them kids from your worldview. I'm speaking on somebody else's worldview. Listen, I can't even tell you. Apparently, nobody gives a shit. It actually gives me a good argument when motherfuckers be trying to push morals around here This is the shit I had to listen to. But apparently, but at least where Corey at? We got to talk about Bondi at some point. Are we gonna just let that shit fly?
Let me say this for Chef, because Chef he's a very crafty guy, and I like his warfare. He real. I just be sitting here listening to it. I be laughing. He a funny cat. So the U.S. has been evacuating non-essential personnel tied to bases and embassies around Iran's regions as tension rolls. Just like what Kaya just said, non-emergency families, non-emergency staff, right? So when you he's a master at this sort of stuff, and I gotta respect Chef. He's a character, bro.
He has the ability to sit back. What he does, and it ain't a secret, so I don't think I'm letting nothing out. He has the ability to sit back and listen to your full argument and listen to counterpoints to your argument. And then he's gonna come on mute and just strike at any point. But he's not trying to win this particular conversation. He's not letting you forget what you said for years. So he's got a Rolodex of like, well, that's not what you said 4 months ago, or this not so. Trust and believe. That's why he came off mute. I can almost time when he comes off mute. When Truist said that shit about the voting Democrats, he couldn't get to his motherfucking mute button.
He couldn't hit that button quick enough.
I've been watching, and I pay attention. And he'll come off mute to defend Corey, but he won't really present too much because he's doing them Jewish tapers. That's why the funny thing is he against Israel, but he gives Jewish tapers out all day long in Baltimore. And he think I'm supposed to kick it. I don't think anybody, I know humanitarily and morally y'all care about Palestine. No. But I don't think anybody's willing to actually do. I mean the overall we, not you. I know what you stand. I don't think the same people that care per se is going to put them over their personal interest.
Okay, Pam Bondi. Out. I just read it. Out as Attorney General. What happened?
He fired her ass.
I know what happened.
She ain't work hard enough. Where you at, Corey? Corey said this shit was gonna happen. Like, I think he called it about a month ago. He said if she don't hurry, I don't know if he said it jokingly. But he said if she don't get her ass on the good foot, she gonna get fired. Like right after that guy resigned.
See, that's the thing, right? Like,
so they we can't hear you. You're in a bad area. You're in a bad area.
We can't hear you, fam. But see, to even take that stance, that gives, in my personal opinion, that gives Trump too much credit. I don't look at it like exactly that. I look at it like he uses people around him, like kind of like we use an oil filter or a water filter in your house. You use it until it's completely filled with bullshit, then you throw it away and you get a fresh one. And he surrounds himself with these different filters of people that can take the brunt force. So he gets, he stays clean. And this is a smart technique, right? You know what I'm saying? But he makes sure he surrounds himself with people that get dirty, that collect the dirt, smudge their reputation. And once their reputation gets to the point where it's irreparable, then he gets rid of it and replaces it with another that does the exact same thing. That's what he's done, both administrations and in his personal life. You can see it happening.
But I can't really argue with that because that would follow the Nome situation too. But my only thing I would add to that is he has been saying for a while, he doesn't really understand how like law works. Like not like Law and Order. You know what I'm saying? Like I could tell some of the shit. Like he'll say something gotta happen on, like he thinks if it's done on a Monday, it's gotta happen on a Tuesday. He don't realize like law don't really, especially national law, really don't work like that when you talk about the Attorney General. These is cases that sometimes take 5-6 years to see fruition. So he made a statement when Comey died instead of, remember, he said he was glad that Comey died. And he said that he was actually
You mean
upset.
Mueller? You mean Mueller?
Yeah, Mueller died. And he was saying that what's up, brother Reggie? He was saying how she was going a little bit too slow for him, because he wanted some of these people to end up in jail, some of these people to at least face some kind of whatever retribution he thinks. And he doesn't realize, like, with this Epstein case, with how things move, I hate to say it in this way, but she's only the attorney general. So it's not like he's pointing to her aggression. And then we got to remember, he didn't want her in the first place. He wanted Getz, but Getz got caught with the strippers and the whatever. So he doesn't, I don't think he really understands it. Working for him would have to be very confusing. Because his grades for, like, I've seen corporate people will tell you they love you. Usually when they tell you they love you, they're about to fire you anyway. That's how most corporate motherfuckers work. But he will tell you, like, he loves you on, like, a Friday, and then say he fucking couldn't stand you and hated you the entire time, because his strategy is not something you could align with. You could look at how the head of counterterrorism resigned. The things have come out since then that the head of counterterrorism was trying to advise him, but then he made an offhand comment. He said, I can't teach you geopolitics and execute geopolitics at the same time. And then he resigned shortly thereafter. So when you have situations where he's telling you, do this with Iran, do this with Iran, do this with Iran, and the person you got in charge of this that should know their job is telling you it's not possible, we don't need to do it, this isn't going to work out. And then you just wake up the next day, do another meeting, and say all over again as if we never talked. They said he has like and you said it last night, Reggie, that he has like some kind of mental thing going on where, like, he'll agree to something on like a Monday, but then the next day they'll have the conversation and everybody in the room will have remembered the conversation from the day before, and he will just literally go right back to, so when are we dropping the bombs on Iran?
Who y'all talking about?
Donald Trump, President.
How y'all know all this information?
Well, that's what the guy that resigned, he was
leaders
saying
in his administration.
Yeah, he was saying
and
that
from
was
the past administration too. You know, the Joint of Chief Staff, the one that resigned in his last administration, said the nigga was as wild as you could ever imagine.
Y'all finna take the word of a disgruntled employee. Okay.
No. Well, we also
hey, what's up with Pam Bondi?
The Joint Chiefs of Staff.
What you about to say about Pam Bondi?
These ain't disgruntled. Yeah, these ain't disgruntled employees.
What you about to say about Pam Bondi? What you about to say?
I was saying, like, you got to understand that in this administration, it's a misogynist type administration. So if you're a woman, right, you the first. Believe me, this is what I was telling Brass the other day. Right, if anybody gonna go down, believe me, it was gonna be Pam Bondi first. Now let me explain to y'all, right?
And then we're gonna go to Reggie. We're gonna go to Brother Reggie.
Yeah, let me explain to y'all.
Yeah,
that understand with that Congresswoman. I think she's from Vermont or something. The Jewish Congress lady. She told Pam Bondi, like, look, bitch, this nigga ain't gonna be president forever. And the day when he's not president, you better believe me, accountability gonna be had up in this motherfucker, right? Basically what she told her in so many words. Now, let me let you understand that her getting her ass fired is not, she doesn't have the immunity from the administration that she used to have, right? So now accountability gonna get her ass first. And just like I told y'all, all them women, that's Pam Bondi and the other blonde bitch, what's the other blonde bitch's name?
Kristen
Noem, they gonna be the motherfuckers who catch the most repercussions and responsibility when this is all over. But go ahead, Reggie.
Hey, Brass. By the way, I put in the general chat and in this back chat, Trump tweet. I want to ask when y'all get a chance after we go to Reggie, if that's tantamount to regime change. For me, it is, but we could table it.
And did y'all hear he told y'all that he was investing heavily in your kids and grandkids' future last night in that speech? Y'all probably missed him say that, but he literally
we watched
said,
the speech live and then discussed it while you was asleep getting ready to build America. We caught it, brother.
Did y'all discuss the part where he said he was investing in your kids' future?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on
And he ain't lying. I want to tell y'all, he did not lie when he said that sentence. Y'all might not have, you might not take it the way it's gonna be, right? But he wasn't lying. He's investing heavily in your kids and grandkids' future. Absolutely.
Yes.
What you got, Reggie?
Is it a good investment, Corey?
What you got, Reggie?
He investing a bunch of fuckery into it.
That's what Thunder said. What you got, Reggie?
What you got, Reggie?
Okay. Yeah, so I have to be careful because Thunder's on the line, and so
he ready to go.
I have to be very liberal. I have to be very literal. So what we're talking about is just the facts that you can search on the news. Okay, so reportedly Pam Bondi was fired as the U.S. Attorney General after President Trump reportedly grew dissatisfied with her performance. And it seemed especially over the Justice Department's handling of Jeffrey Epstein-related files, right? And its failure to deliver prosecution against some of Trump's political opponents. You can look that up from NBC News. But the issue really happened was that there was not a box, but boxes of documents that were recently found, right, and was not on Epstein.
Who found them?
Who found boxes?
Yeah.
The attorneys are working on an Epstein case, right? So
some radical Democrat must have found it.
Right. So basically what happened was that I think she made a statement that she learned from an FBI source that there were thousands of previously undisclosed Epstein-related documents and other materials that have been not fully turned over, right? And which fueled later pressures on the Department of Justice, right? And the issue was that Trump had been saying that all the documents have been turned over, pressuring, and there was pressure from the DOJ to release all documents. Now we find out that they thought that they shredded it, that they had complete control over it. Now the FBI has much more information, and everything wasn't turned over. So, so it's a large cache of Epstein-related files, evidence boxes, or records that have not been turned over to the public, right?
Hey, Reggie, real quick, did you realize that Pam Bondi had authorized the shredding of the documents when they were in the prison?
Yes. So Trump thought he was in the clear, and you know how he talks. Are you absolutely sure we got everything, right? So Trump was in a state of how can I say, relief, right?
I just want y'all to understand the gravity of that. You know, like when I'm gonna bring it to the hood, like you ever heard like one of your homeboys say, "Yeah, police got behind me, so I swallowed the dope," right? If the police
deal, you and these Baltimore.
Well, I'm just
Corey,
my
brother, not you, Corey.
It's a 1-to-1. It's actually a 1-to-1. This ain't an exaggeration, right? I'm talking about withholding or destroying evidence. You know that's a federal crime, right? So it's the same thing as swallowing the dope if the police pull you over, right? That's, I mean, not a federal crime, it's a felony. That's a felonious crime, right? That's a felony.
First, they gotta put you on a stool. They gotta put you on a stool and confirm that you swallowed the dope. Because I know.
Well, they will. Believe me, they will confirm that. And you said exactly how they would confirm that.
Yeah, they
right?
got
what Pam Bondi did is tantamount to swallowing the dope when the police pull you over. Absolutely.
Why would she do that?
Those documents.
But why she do that?
Yeah, because she's protecting Trump.
Same reason why
you believe them. You believe them, Brad?
I don't believe the box. I don't believe the box. That's not proven. That's not proven.
Hey, Brad, you believe these niggas?
I don't believe the box.
Well, one thing is now. Please don't call me a nigga. I'm reporting.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about you, Reggie. I apologize.
But she did actually.
When you say nigga, he's only talking about.
That was the nicest way to ask that. He said, "Please don't call me a nigga."
Please don't call me a nigga.
Yeah, I
would never. You know what? I'm never gonna call you that ever, Reggie. Since you said that in that nice way like that.
Yeah, no. When Thunder says nigga, he's usually it's Corey and Chef. You just caught it straight. So we don't think it's you as the nigga. Corey and Chef.
Well, it might not have been me because he didn't put the ER on the end of it.
Go ahead, Reggie. What you saying?
Yeah. So they will investigate the shredding of the documents. So everybody is proven everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But she has no protection now. The problem is that she probably knows what she did because they reported that she kept begging him and he still fired her. Because now she's useless to him because he has to blame someone else, right? So the fact of the matter is now they have other evidence that wasn't turned over to the public, and the FBI has it. The FBI
and guess who broke the law though? Not Donald Trump, but go ahead, keep going.
Who broke the law?
Pam Bondi.
And
that's who the accountability gonna be held on. I'm trying to tell y'all.
You say Pam Bondi shredded some evidence? That what you say?
And the documents from the prison.
Bro, you sound like a fucking. You sound like Thunder right now. The dude from. Wait. You sound like the dude. What's the movie where you said where they found the potato or the gun, and you keep saying, you fucked up, don't you? What's that guy?
Oh yeah.
Hey, Brad.
Black ass dude. I forgot his name.
Hey, Brad. Try to search for a Pam Bondi shredding something. Go ahead and look for that, and then go ahead, Reggie. Keep going.
I help you out on this.
I didn't say she shredded it. She authorized the shredding, but go ahead.
Keep going, Reggie.
Right. Okay. So allegedly, she shredded the document.
Authorized.
Yes, authorized, and so there are going to be other people that's going to be.
It was federal criminals that she authorized to do the shredding. I just want to give you one more detail, Reggie.
They're trying to curate.
One more detail, Reggie. She authorized federal criminals.
You see how it keep moving, Brad?
Listen, hold on, Reggie.
I told you, I love these niggas' warfare, bro. They warfare.
This is what she did, Reggie.
Oh yeah, I told you.
Authorized, Reggie. Hold on. It's going to take me 5 seconds, and I'm gonna let Reggie. I'm going on mute. I'm gonna let Reggie go. She authorized federal criminals, prisoners, to handle federal documents, classified documents, violating HEPA and the federal law. Right? She authorized criminals to destroy evidence.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you can get a higher crime than that in the United States, other than I don't even. They get like only 7 years for child molesting and shit like that. Like them kind of crimes, though, you go away for a long time. But go ahead, Reggie.
Is there any similarity to that and the 30?
You say Pam Bondi authorized prisoners to shred? You say he authorized? She authorized prisoners to shred evidence, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking that up right now.
Is there any similarity to that?
No verified evidence of that.
No, don't worry about it.
Keep going, Reggie. Not yet, but there's plenty evidence out there.
Hey, keep going, Reggie.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a question about something that does have evidence.
Yeah, but Reggie was talking.
We gotta let Reggie finish his thing, though, Truist. I'll let you go in right after Reggie.
Go ahead, Reggie. Come on, what you got?
20 minutes.
What else
Corey keep cutting them off with not yet.
What else y'all got? Come
on. No. Believe me, it's all but verified. Like, you understand that it's a process. Okay. You understand it's a process in America, right?
Hey, boy, I love these niggas warfare.
The verified part of it wasn't verified that Polite was guilty when we found the semen. I don't want to talk about that nasty.
Oh, we ain't gonna do that.
It wasn't verification at that point, was it? You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about that. We having a good time. Leave that. Come on, Reggie. Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah,
if Corey allows you to finish.
Can we diverge into some nigga?
Damn, now Kyle won't let you finish. What we doing?
I got breaking niggatry news, man. This is just
real quick before you do that, Reggie. What have you done to these Negroes that they were not allowing you to get your shit off? I don't know. It ain't me. We had a great conversation last night. Can I just allow Kyle to say his niggatry before you finish? Because it's probably gonna take 10 seconds. Go ahead, Kyle. What's the niggatry?
All right, so in niggatry news today, the feds have now arrested Pooh Shiesty again and Big 30 on alleged kidnapping and terroristic threats of charges against Gucci Man. They kidnapped him.
Yeah.
Okay.
They took his chain and he got the video. The chain that he put around Gucci's neck. He took that shit back to get out of his deal so he can go sign with Yo Gotti. I hope they put Pooh Shiesty and them niggas in jail for the rest of his life.
Who saw that coming, right?
The deal that he signed with Yo Gotti was kind of whack too. It was a terrible deal, but Yo Gotti was trying to get out of the deal. So he said, "You got to go get out of that shit with him," and they basically kidnapped him, took his chain,
blocked the door.
Yeah.
Hey, nobody saw that coming, right?
All right, now back to global politics.
Back to global politics and niggatry news.
Right.
We done. Back to global politics. Now, please, I'm imploring y'all. Let Reggie get his shit.
Powerful niggatry.
Go ahead, Reggie. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. So, about the shredding of documents, right?
Yeah.
All of that is alleged that the documents were shredded. Right, so that is part of the investigation, but it will.
Except for the prisoners and the prison guards is snitching now. But go ahead, Reggie. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Reggie, you gotta slow. You might have to. I don't know what's up with Corey
that
today,
shit to the end.
but you might have to do a show on Corey. Go ahead, bro.
He gonna stick with these prisoners having damn documents all the way through.
Corey got my back in dealing with these non-African science people.
Yeah,
so,
when is that coming to an end, brother Reggie? Or y'all, have you done the show? We just ain't seen it, or is that over? They won't speak on Reggie's name no more. They won't be speaking on Reggie's name no more.
No, they will after I finish with them. They will, but I have a thing, right? So I'm not going to attack them personally. I'm going to attack the information, but I am going to play what they said. I am going to play that shit, right? But getting back to
you dare them to get personal with you. That's what you do. You don't get personal, but you dare them to. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, they have already gotten. One of them is already. Two of them has already gotten personal. That's Cedric, and the other night somebody was in the chat saying some real nasty things about me, and everything I talked.
You don't say.
It was. I think it was a woman. I sometimes you don't know.
I could just imagine. The thing that said some nasty things. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was checking the chat just to see if I needed to clear something up. You know, you always look at the chat because I'm trying to teach and inform the people about what my facts are. And you can always dispute my facts, but you can't talk about me personally, right? But then then of course I had to let loose on the person, right? About who are they to critique me? What's your, the usual unqualified, uneducated, what's your experience, right? The usual BS, right? I have to pound them down to the smallest fucking ant, right? And then one of the key pseudo killers got up there and chastised me for doing that. And I'm like, oh, okay. This is somebody that I met personally. This is somebody who I've been in the museums with. And the person was saying, just go. Right. All she's saying is just go. Just go. Like I never met the person. Like I never took this person to the museum. I like the person didn't know me. And I was like, okay, all right. So what's this really about? Person's talking about me personally, and I'm going to respond. And now all of a sudden, it's like I'm nobody. Like you never met me, right? I never. So I'm like, okay, fine, but I'm not going to attack the person that said it personally. I'm just not going to deal with the person anymore, right? I'm not going to deal with the person anymore. So my whole point is I'm just going to ignore him, just like Cedric. Cedric, I'm gonna put on blast because he did a show. He was going to do a show calling me a clown, right? Based on my information. So I'm a clown because I disagree with him. Okay. I just don't deal with him anymore. I don't talk to him. I just ignore him. And then so that's so it's just a problem within there that that's how they treat because it's like I'm going against their gang. I'm going against the information. So I still have a good relationship with, or we have a good relationship. We've known each other for about 15 years, right? So I'm going to treat Unc a little differently, but except for the information. So getting back to Pam Bondi, okay. So what she would be worried about is if there were documents that were shredded and there are whistleblowers, then she would be worrying about it being tied to her authorization. But now she has no protection. So she doesn't have the great government to protect her anymore. Self would have to, if charged, watch this, she would have to hire an attorney to cover her. Those cases are anywhere between $500,000 to millions of dollars that she personally will have to take out as a private citizen. That's the worst thing that can happen. You're working for the government. If here's the thing, if you're working for a corporation, right, or a board, right, they take out insurance on you so that you will have insurance in case you were ever sued, right? The problem with the government is that doesn't necessarily work like that. Once you're severed from the government, you are severed from the government, right? And so you may not be represented by the government. It's up to the new attorney general. And so that becomes a problem for her personally. So if she did anything incorrect, right, she would be very, very vulnerable with, watch this, where any money that she ever thought she made is going to go into a retainer for her case.
What's the crime you keep saying that she committed again?
I didn't say that she committed any crime. I'm saying that she's being investigated. If she is indicted, right, for having any connection to shredding of documents or even not releasing full documents, right?
Oh, she's still on the shredding stuff? Okay.
No, I'm not. You're putting me there. What I'm saying, if she is indicted on any of the charges that could be brought up on her, she would have to pay for out of it most likely for her own pocket, right? And that makes her very vulnerable.
You said so? Is what I'm trying to ask. I ain't even heard nothing she done illegal.
I'm saying. No, you don't understand what I'm saying. I said if she is indicted.
Oh.
I said, watch it. Listen, stop cutting me off, please. If she is indicted, she as a private citizen will have to defend her case, meaning that she would have to retain an attorney in this terrible environment to defend her. It's going to be very expensive. So that's the problem of working with this particular administration. Once they kick you out, right, then you don't have the support of the government. You're going to have to defend it yourself. So it's like yeah. So do you understand that? Do you understand? If you're part of the government,
you keep joining her name with a crime. I don't know why you keep doing it.
I said, well, I'm gonna slow it down for you. If she is indicted by her political enemies, she will have to represent most likely herself. I said, if she is indicted and she has many political enemies, right? She will have to defend. Now, there are lots of potential enemies. There's the victims. Victims right now are her potential enemies, right? And then there are the some of the elected officials themselves. The FBI could indict her. That would be a political enemy.
What are the documents she's being accused of? What are the documents she's being accused of disposing of again?
She's being alleged of documents tied to the Epstein file.
And what are the indications that these documents are tied to the Epstein files?
One is that for over a year they have been asking for complete disclosure of the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
The government has not produced it. The government, the Department of Justice, was supposed to investigate and find out everything about that exists, right, on Epstein. They turned over first some very highly redacted, then they turned over some less redacted. Then they went to Congress and she testified where the victims were, right? She didn't, right? Then we find out that there are even more documents that the Department of Justice didn't do their job. Okay.
Yes, but so what is the evidence that points to?
Yeah, because it was an act of Congress. So if any of those documents, you understand that this is an unusual case, right? Because this is behind an act of Congress, right? And by law, if all of those files are not all of the files that's in possession of the FBI and the Department of Justice are not released, right, and unredacted in a reasonable way, right? Then you're breaking a law.
But what I'm asking is, how do we know for sure what she shredded were related to Epstein? Is what I'm asking.
We don't know. What the point is that there are whistleblowers.
Sure. All these people, they are just making up things. Reggie and Corey are making up everything.
Right now, right now, we can say, "Oh, it's all made up." No, the whistleblowers are lying. If we could easily say that, we could easily discredit.
No. There's a reason. There's a reason I'm asking. Hold on. There's a reason. Right? There's a reason I'm asking because here's why I'm asking. Because if we don't have anything solid to say what she shredded was Epstein related, what if someone said?
That's wait. The point is that they were Epstein related. Otherwise,
I'm asking, what is the proof that it's Epstein related?
That's what they're investigating. They're gonna. I'm
Okay,
sure they.
so the reason. Wait, hold on. So this is what me
I don't have the proof because I don't have the proof.
Why don't
Doesn't
you let me
mean they
talk?
don't have the proof, though. You understand that, right?
Let me talk.
Go ahead.
They're reporting that there is at least an investigation.
Who was reporting
that? Insiders in the FBI and the Justice Department, and they are reporting. Stop interrupting me. There indicates that there is at least an investigative interest into the shredding document allegations. It's only allegations, right? Including an FBI tip, right? So now we won't know because this is the Department of Justice and the FBI. We won't know. The only time that we know anything is from whistleblowers who get tips, right? Who ask questions, who do investigative journalism, right? So, so what Corey was saying, I think, is that is that they are looking into destroying documents that was destroyed also in the MCC, right? So in jail, right? So they are doing an investigation in that. Prior to this, Pam Bondi was, how can I say, very well shielded. But now that she's out of, watch this, she's out of office, she may have to testify herself as to what she knows, right? So, but the real factor is that Donald J. Trump fired his attorney general. Now that looks bad. That looks bad altogether. Attorney generals hardly ever get fired, right? She got fired in 1 year of service, and it seems to be his displeasure about how she wasn't punishing his political enemies, right? He wanted Tish James indicted. That didn't work. Comey indicted. That didn't work, right? So the things that Donald Trump needed to protect himself. Oh, and Tish James, Comey, and wait, Tish James and Comey, and who else? There was someone else. That she failed, and those are they definitely needed Tish James to throw out that case, right? They needed Tish James. Then they needed the head of the how can I say, the Manhattan DA. He wasn't indicted, but they tried to weaken him, and the case continued. So Trump's political allies were not indicted, right? And Bondi was in charge of those indictments. He is displeased about that, so he's going to get another fall person. She was always a fall person, right?
I get that. I guess I was just trying to see if there was anything that can stick what was destroyed to Epstein-related information, because we have to be careful. There was someone who just had a disposition, right, before Congress, who had a disposition in relation to Epstein that in 2015 deleted over 30,000 emails while she was Secretary of State. And she said those emails she deleted shortly before the audit came that she knew was on its way, shortly before she deleted 30,000 emails. She said they were work related, right? And there obviously was investigations in regard to that and whatnot. But I'm saying, if we don't have anything solid, a person could start saying, well, wait a second, some of those emails could tie her to people related to this Epstein case as well. We're talking about Hillary Clinton.
So I'm saying, go to Google and try to find out what Reggie and Cora are talking about. Just do
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
No, I'm asking you to do that. I'm asking you to go to Google right now.
I'm driving. I'm
No,
driving.
you're adding other stuff.
I mean,
When
if
I
you think I
said,
pulled that out my ass, bro, like,
yeah,
I'm
when
gonna
I say,
ride with you, bro. Like, fine, it's a lie.
I'm gonna let,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna let Corey.
I'm
I'm saying people tried to lie on Hillary for very similar things. So I think it's like until we get something solid,
she mishandled. She mishandled documents. That wasn't a lie on Hillary.
Okay,
she was irresponsible with federal documents.
But we're talking about
Where
in
you
terms of
getting
the content, the contents of the emails. She claimed it was okay because they were work related. That's why there were no charges brought up on her. So
they did an investigation. They did an This is not. Again, I don't know where are we getting Hillary from in this conversation.
Hey, that's just Truett's imagination. He has a great
I'm not
imagination.
gonna chase every I'm gonna let you say that, bro.
He's an
but
inquisitive guy.
No comment.
His mind don't ever stop. He just keep going for that's the same.
Similar accusation. That's all. That's all I'm pointing out.
We've been saying it's accusation. It's alleged. We've been saying that over and over and over and over again. But for you to sit here and act like we ain't been saying that is wild to me.
Yeah, but I'm saying just like it wasn't fair for her, it's not fair here. Let's wait until we get something that's
doing anything unfair. We're saying what the allegations is and what the investigation is about.
All right, as long as we're not jumping.
I did not. That's why.
I mean, Jesus Christ! I ain't never seen this before, bro.
Okay, no problem.
Did you see that lady on the stand? Did you see her? Did you see both of them ladies testify on the stand?
No.
True.
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking you guys.
Okay, so then, yeah.
First,
be more informed on the subject matter, right? And then understand what we're saying.
Asking you guys for the evidence, and then
we
you're
didn't say
telling me
she was guilty, right? We said there's been alleged document destruction, right?
Okay.
This is what we've been saying. Alleged.
Yeah, but I'm asking, what are we saying those documents?
We are telling you the
destruction.
Stop.
They were related. They're alleged to be related to the Epstein file. Do you understand that there was an act of Congress, right, to have those files publicly released in an unredacted fashion that was reasonable, right? You understand that was an act of Congress.
Yes.
So what's being alleged here is there were documents, those Epstein documents that an act of Congress had moved on, right? Those documents were being destroyed.
My challenge to YouTube, to everybody, my challenge on YouTube, everybody here.
Yeah, her authorization.
Go to Google right now and try to find anything that Reggie and Corey is talking about.
Well, no,
Reggie,
no, you
imagined it.
I imagined it, Truist.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not saying y'all making it up. I'm not saying that. I was just asking if there was anything that was a smoking gun. That's all I was asking for.
No,
there's no smoking gun. Because I said that there are there's a possible investigation going on with the FBI, right? And so there's the FBI that's part of the DOJ, right? The FBI has its own investigative area. So there were documents of Epstein that were in the jail, right?
So you didn't Google Epstein prison documents being shredded, Thunder?
No, they didn't do that. No,
I can't Google anything. I'm driving, but that's for Thunder.
I'm asking Thunder because he said he couldn't find nothing. So I'm trying to figure out, like, while I'm driving, I just type that in. Google? Prison records being Epstein prison records being shredded.
Epstein prison records.
Okay, so this is the first time that he's even looking into it.
Being shredded.
Right. But my point is, while he's talking, my point is, if she is indicted, right, She's a private citizen now. The government has no obligation.
Shredding allegations. An internal FBI report details a tip from a corrections officer who witnessed an inmate transporting bales or approximately 3 large bags of shredded paperwork to a dumpster in August 15th and 16th, 2019. All right, good. So Pam Bondi
after Jeffrey Epstein was killed.
He might need to cuss him out, right? Pam Bondi. So Pam Bondi was the AG in August 15th of 2019 when this allegedly happened.
No, I don't think Pam Bondi wasn't, but Donald Trump was his other AG was. Whoever was the AG. Who was the AG? That was Bill Barr back then?
Probably Bill
Barr.
Barr.
Bill Barr? Yeah.
Once again, Reggie, you might have to cuss these Negroes out to get something going. I think they're trying to take you there. They want to see the other side. They just gonna cut you off maliciously.
I don't have to. I'm fighting too many people. But
I know. I'm just saying they're just gonna keep doing it, and I can't stop.
Yeah. So you're gonna look up a document for the first time, and then you're gonna read it to yourself out loud, and you're gonna cut me off. Is that how we do this?
Right? I'm trying to figure out how Pam Bondi
can't even answer your question.
You asked me a question. Don't you raise your voice at me? I ain't never raised my voice at you.
Here we go.
No, don't play. Don't play. Don't play because y'all act like y'all don't hear me. So it's not raising my voice at you personally, right? It's raising my voice to be heard.
You're heard, Reggie. Go ahead.
The point that I was bringing up is there is supposedly an investigation going on. If she is indicted, she's going to be indicted as a private citizen, right? And if she's sued by the victims, right? The government could defend her actions, taken as Attorney General. It could, but it would be depending on the nature of the allegations and what the government wants to hide or pass the buck to, right? So if the alleged conduct was personal, political, corrupt, or clearly outside the official duties, the government may refuse to defend her. That makes her very vulnerable, being that she's only employed for 1 year, right? She doesn't have enough friends, right, to pull strings. So that means that she would have to hire an attorney to defend her, right? This is only based on if she is indicted. But there are reports out there that they are investigating her because she's a political enemy to Trump. So the Democrats, right? The Democrats, especially the rabid Democrats, right? Because they're not all, how can I say, they're not all clean themselves. They will go after Bondi to get her to turn against President Trump. They will go after Bondi to get her to turn against President Trump. If the woman is, how can I say, all of a sudden drops, claims that she's suicidal, well, that's just part of the process, right? Because
Christy Nome too, though. She's in the same position.
Yeah. Right. They are very, very vulnerable, right? Because they have more information on President Donald J. Trump. Respectfully, right? So, and now there's this there's Hexlef, right? Who is also alleged to have his broker enter into trades before the war. That's only an allegation, but damn, he's looking as bad as Adams in New York. Everybody around him. Now, all of these allegations are not necessarily true, but all of them have political enemies,
right? So now if Steve Hegseth,
Pete
right?
Hegseth.
If his broker turns against him and say it wasn't me, but Hegseth gave me information, fine. So it's either going to be the broker or it's going to be Hegseth, but the broker is associated with Hegseth's account. So we got Hegseth, we got Christine Nome out there, gone. We have Pam Bondi, right? Who just and then his solicitor general did a terrible job at the Supreme Court. So it looks like his career is ended. His career is ended because they put him up against an Asian how can I say Asian legal expert who was also an immigrant, talking to who had birthright citizen, talking to the judge who is also a child of immigrants, right? So so they were going after these people's own existence, making them vulnerable. So Trump walked out of the Supreme Court, and he's the first president to sit in the Supreme Court where they're reviewing one of his decisions, and he left out not even after he heard his own Solicitor General fail. So what's up for Bondi? If Bondi is charged, she now is a private citizen. She has no protections. She is the definition of a fall person. I won't say a fall guy, but she's a fall person. She's very, very vulnerable. And if she is indicted, the FBI is going to offer her a deal, right, to testify. And that will be been Trump's problem. Donald J. Trump's problem is that even in his other case about the shredding of the boxes and the movement of the boxes, they got his, what do you call it, his manservant, and they wanted his manservant to testify, but that didn't work. Those documents were also kind of held at bay or possibly disappeared. That's because of that other judge, the judge that's in Florida. What's her name? What's the judge in Florida that that was in charge of the Trump's possible espionage charges? Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know her name. I'm gonna think of it in a minute.
I think it starts with a C too. But
Cannon.
Yeah, Eileen Cannon.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I apologize. Eileen Cannon.
Right. So the issue is Trump has a lot of political enemies, and the people that work for him, made themselves political enemies. So I'll stop, and everything that I said can be looked up. Right? I didn't make any. All I said was allegations, possible investigations, and Bondi's vulnerability if, in fact, she is indicted as a private citizen. And
all I hear when it comes to that, Brother Reggie, from my experience, is I plead the fifth. So that's all. If anything was to happen, I think either somebody gonna die or plead the fifth, or it's gonna be drawn out, because technically the next attorney general that he's bringing in, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I think it's already been decided, he was talking about this last week, but I think it's already decided. If he gets this attorney general in, she's going to jail. So is it the guy? Hold on.
Yeah, the new guy is you. Well,
I know the one congressman took old girl spot.
Yeah, the one that be fucking the Woodrow. He's so irritating. He like 5 foot nothing, and he's playing with some massage balls, paws and shit. While he got to calm himself down, stress balls and all that. Paul.
Like he tough though. Like he got this tough like I'll whoop your ass type.
But he
like brother, like sit your little ass down.
You can hit him right on the top of his head. He looked tough until that camera panned down to his feet. You realize he's half a midget. Jeff Clark. If he gets Clark in there as the next attorney general, she's going to jail. The only thing is that she can't. Is that him? I don't think he'll get approved. So he'll probably go to either Paxton, but he's kind of running low because he can't go to Getz. He wanted Getz at first because Getz will do whatever he says. But if he gets Paxton or he gets Clark, and then I think there's another quiet one that nobody's really talking about. I think couldn't Kash Patel leave and go do it too?
No.
I mean, yeah, but
he couldn't leave his position and become attorney general.
No, he's on the hot
Trump
seat.
can hire. He can hire whoever he wants.
Right. But right now it's attorney general. The deputy attorney, her deputy attorney, Todd Blanche.
Yeah.
He is the one that is going to be pushed
Blanche. Dude, a lawyer. He was like, yeah, dude is Todd Blanche is a goddamn boy. If you can afford Todd Blanche, you can do what Donald Trump said. You can shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it.
Well,
yeah, I don't think he'll stay. I don't think he'll stay because it's a conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
That was his personal attorney.
That was his personal attorney for his defense.
Yeah.
Right, but he can. It's at his pleasure. So
no,
he
I
can
understand that. I'm saying the conflict of interest. I don't think the Senate, because remember, this person still has to be confirmed. So in the Senate confirmation, they would be fools not to say, the hell is your personal lawyer going to be the attorney general for the United States of America?
Because he's already the deputy. He's already the deputy. He's not going to pass confirmation. But in his role as the deputy,
he can be unconfirmed. Because most of the people that was in the previous administration was unconfirmed. They couldn't even get security clearance. Most of them didn't even have the right security clearance for their job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was owing child support and shit, all kind of wild. Boy, these motherfuckers wild as hell, bro. I swear.
The United States is not the only United States. I don't even know what the hell that means. United States of Mexico? Yeah. Go ahead. I apologize. I'm reading right.
Well, not
PB. Call him PB. PB.
Yeah. He has the same similar problems. He has the same similar problems in Israel with his corruption. Right? So both Trump and Bibi seem to be, this war makes them even more vulnerable, especially the multiple deaths that happen to Israeli citizens, where you don't see the news, but you got mayors crying and cursing them out, right? Cursing Bibi out. You're not protecting us. You got Israeli citizens hiding under cars, crying, right? You got mayors.
That's the worst place to be.
Wait a minute, brother Reggie. You might be breaking news. Is Truist here? Because from what we talked about,
I just rang the bell because
from what we talked
Reggie
yesterday,
is on point.
I thought it was just unwavering support.
No, absolutely not.
No, Bibi has always been unpopular. Y'all gotta understand that.
Yeah, but we had people try to tell us otherwise yesterday. I had people trying to fucking tell me otherwise.
That doesn't mean they don't support the war. That's two separate things.
No, I heard unwavering 90 plus or 92, 93. The numbers was 93%. And that the people that we showing that's hiding under the cars and protesting and going against it.
That you niggas is getting locked upside the goddamn head. Okay, now we ain't in support. Like, come on, man, that's wild to me. I mean,
I don't know, but Corey, it wasn't you saying it.
Listen,
it wasn't you saying that these pictures. See, the picture looks like there's 9,200 people. not 10,000.
Well, I wasn't never arguing that it wasn't no protest or nothing.
Yeah,
but
Israel
they do
right now.
the protest and the support for the war at 90-something%.
Oh my God.
Now that's still a real number. Now, okay, now that last week they got their asses hit upside the head with some bombs, right? And now they disapprove. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, but when I was talking about regime change in Israel needing to happen and getting Bibi the fuck out of leadership and regime changing there, and I was trying to say there are groups in Israel that are against what the fucking Israeli government is doing. I was saying that
they've been against Bibi. They've been against Bibi, but they ain't necessarily been against what the government been doing.
No, they're looking at Bibi because he's failing. No, there are hardliners. There's even more hardliners in Israel than Bibi. They're the ones who want to drop the nuke. They want to drop the nuke, right? So Bibi is just a fall guy because of his own political what he does. But there are hardliners that they simply want Bibi to push the button and end this. Right?
Well, they just told me earlier, Reggie, that there's no way possible that a nuclear. Wait a minute, Thunder, hold on. Am I in a parallel fucking universe?
I'm in a parallel universe because I'm hearing everything. I said that if Israel had to go one-on-one with Iran, they would end up desperate. And they would push the fucking button on them out of desperation.
So you're saying that there are people in Israel, Reggie, that would consider doing that as a course of action?
I told you the war has 97 or 95% approval, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't talking about war. This is something different. Dropping a nuclear bomb is something different.
Oh well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, that's what that's what. See, they have control. They are a dictatorship there. They have control over everything. They're not showing you that. Israel is looking like Gaza right now. Tel Aviv is looking like Gaza.
Really?
Like, you don't see the pictures from the
no,
from
I did, but Thunder was telling me that none of the missiles was getting through.
Okay.
You know. I'm glad you know what? So there's a statement that the youth have, Brother Reggie, that sometimes you got to come through and give some straightening. That's what you're doing right now. You give us some straightening to some of these arguments that's been made over the past 24 to 48 hours.
Israel's been hit by Hezbollah, right? They're being hit by Iran, right? And then there is also internal strife in Israel, right? They're blaming the soldiers and every because the ambulances can't get to the sites in time. So the hospitals are overfilled, right? And Iran is being actually nice. Iran right now is being nice because Israel, yes, they're the way that the munitions that Iran is sending, right, is that yes, a lot of them being destroyed. But a lot of them, but more and more every day are getting through, and the munitions that that unfortunately Israel has run really low. So they're trying to protect their vitals. So there are places where they're not protecting because they simply don't have the munitions. They don't have the munitions to ward off all of those strikes. So Israel is unfortunately looking like Gaza right now. Right, but you don't see it because the American news, we're at war.
And Netanyahu about to get ready to come over here and ask for another check. Why?
Thank God Thunder is not coming off mute, because this is a direct contradiction to what Thunder was saying less than 2 hours.
Yeah,
we were telling them about those munitions. He said they're not gonna run out. How could they run?
And I like how you positioned Israel as a dictatorship. I think that's a great analysis of how it's being ran currently. It doesn't really act as the democracy it was supposed to be or is claimed to be. It's acting as a crazed oligarchic dictatorship by Bibi.
I am not going.
I said they've gone rogue, and the United States is supporting them. But the context in what he was saying, the dictatorship is kind of the important part to me, in my opinion. And Reggie, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what he was saying is they're controlling what you see on the media, how you see how you see this war, how this war is being televised. Like Israel is controlling that.
Oh yeah.
So
Israel's enemies, they're the ones who's photographing, taking pictures, right? And how can I say? And they are leaking it. But Israel they don't have freedom of the press. If you are caught sending any documents of what's happening in Israel, you can get 5 years if you survive the 5 years. But there are hardliners that protect, just like America has MAGA. Well, Israel has its own form of groups, and so Bibi is a puppet, right? Bibi is a puppet to other groups of people. But the reality is happening is that that Israel, unfortunately, how can I say, the market in Israel, right? Their stocks, all of their things are going rock bottom, right? Because there's just no decided future on what is happening. And Israel's Israel's amount of money to rebuild Israel is catastrophic right now. It's just catastrophic about what Israel needs to be built. So investors are not investing in Israel right now, and so the economic war, right? The economic dictates a lot of things. So it's like America after Trump's he was praising the Dow. Well, the Dow dropped like 272 points or more, right? As soon as he got off the mic. Oil, people investing in gas, oil and stuff, that they moved out of the Dow into oil. Why? Because they know that oil, because of what Trump said last night, gas and oil is going to increase. So your bet should be on rising costs of oil, right? But
it's even a bad time to even bet on that, because who knows how much it's going to drop. You know what I'm saying? So when you put your money in, you're going to lose money. So even when it come back up, if it come back up, you're going to be trying to gain. No, I'm saying in the market period, not just the oil and all of that.